Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, back again on a Sunday night. Here, joining me tonight, it's a very special night. Not only is it the regular season finale here for the Blazing Pedals TRJKarting.com Arca series, but we have a special broadcaster here tonight. Chris Legoo joining me in the booth. Chris, how are you doing?
Sam, I'm doing great, and thank you very much for asking me to join you up in the booth for this race here at Talladega. 2.65 miles is the distance on this track, but let's not get ahead of ourselves too quickly here. Again, I got to thank you for having me join you here up in the booth. A little bit rusty, Sam, but I'll get it back real quick.
Yeah, we know. It's just like riding a bike, Chris. It'll come back to you. 114 laps tonight. 15 to 20 laps is going to be our fuel run. And a wheel spin, as always, will determine a competition caution. 4 sets of tires in the pits, as always, as well. And as we said, ladies and gentlemen, it's the regular season finale. Can a driver outside the bubble of the playoffs lock themselves in tonight with a lucky win? Or will we see another second-time winner? What do you think, Chris?
I really don't know the answer to that, Sam. And the problem is we have a super speedway. Anything goes. As you know, truly, anything can happen here at a super speedway. You can have a first-time winner. You can have a multiple-time winner. It all depends on a couple of things, and that's 1, the ability to avoid an incident on track, and 2, of course, is a little bit of luck.
Yeah, luck definitely plays a key factor here at Talladega. We all know plate tracks are always rough, but I think these guys are going to keep it clean for the most part tonight. And I think we're going to see a first-time winner this evening. But we got a few minutes here. We got about 6 minutes remaining in practice while these guys are still practicing. Let's bring up somebody, shall we? Let's see who we got. We got somebody tonight, Chris. She has a birthday, and I want to bring her up and talk to her. Let's bring up the number 8 of Amanda Sherman. It's Chris and Sam in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Hey, guys. Yeah, I got you.
Hey, we wanted to bring you up because we had to wish you a happy birthday on the broadcast, first of all. But we know that you're trying to get yourself into the playoffs. How do you feel about Talladega tonight?
Thank you for the happy birthday wishes, and I love Talladega. I love the track. I love the setup that we've got right now. I'm feeling really good about it. Definitely hoping that I can just stay clear of any mishaps of overcorrections on their wheels, but I'm super stoked for tonight. I love this track.
All right, well, we're going to have to keep an eye on you. Chris, you got anything for Amanda?
Well, I do. As some out in the audience may know, Amanda happens to be a teammate of mine over at TNA, and obviously, Amanda, happy birthday to you tonight. I just got to know, are you going to be working with TNA, or are you going to maybe abandon ship a little bit and find another team to work with?
Depends on how TNA does with the first few pit stops. If we get scrambled away from each other, as sometimes we do, I've found a few people that I've enjoyed drafting with and pitting in and out with, so I have a backup plan.
I figured you did. Amanda, good luck tonight and happy birthday one more time.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
That is the driver of the number 8, Sam. It's Amanda Sherman. And I gotta tell you, maybe without your permission, I went ahead and talked to somebody else, said, hey, we're going to bring you in.
Go ahead and bring him in, Chris.
All right, it's going to be the driver of the number 18. It's Jason Powell. Jason, Chris, and Sam up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, bud. Well, listen, you're sitting on the outside looking in for the playoff competition. What are your hopes for tonight?
Well, I'm going to try to just play it smart. Take when I can get, whenever I get it, but not act crazy and force the issue. So I'm going to try not to be greedy on track. If I can lead a lap, great. If I can get some stage points, good. But I'm not going to, go out and make mistakes, hopefully. I'm just going to take what the track will give me tonight.
Yeah, I see already in chat that you were talking about points. So you're going to need a lot of luck. And certainly here at the high banks of Talladega, it is sometimes all about the luck. Jason, good luck to you tonight in the number.
Thank you, Chris. It's nice to have you back with us again.
Well, I'd rather be on track, but here we are.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
Yeah. Either way, I'm glad you're here.
All right, buddy. Good luck tonight. Thank you very much for joining us here up in the booth.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Jason Powell I believe I put him in the right room. We'll see. I believe so. We hope so. If not, he's going to have to get out and move himself, Sam.
I'm sure he'll figure it out. But that being said, we only got a couple minutes left. And what we're going to do now, Chris, is we got to start pre-race activities. And we got to go ahead and get the invocation done by our very own Jason Powell. You just heard from him, and now it's time for the invocation.
Thank you, Sam and Terry, for all the things that you're doing for us. So let us bow in prayer. Lord, we come to you tonight with a thankful heart. We thank you for all the mercy and the guidance and the strength that you give us. We thank you for giving us another day. We ask you, Lord, to be with us tonight as we race. Help us, Lord, to have fun and to be respectful to one another. We thank you, Lord, for giving us another opportunity to come together. And we ask you, Lord, if there's one that doesn't know you and a free pardon of sin, we ask you, Lord, to soften their heart, prick their heart. Help us, Lord, to be a light for you, and so they might come to know you. And help us, Lord, as we go throughout the week, Lord, to try to be a light for you, show people your way, and just go with us, be with our friends and our family. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
And thank you, Jason Powell, for the invocation. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we know that it is September 11th, and the race tonight is a Salute to America 300. So for that, we have a special national anthem done by Joshua Rutherford, as always. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. Thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford. As always, ladies and gentlemen, please go check out Mullet Music Productions on YouTube. Give Josh a subscription. Give him a like on a couple of his videos. Help the dude out. Great artist. And we thank him always for doing the national anthem here with the Blazing Pedals drivers. And Chris, these guys are getting ready to go into qualifying.
Yeah, they sure are. And just to get back for just a moment, I actually subscribed to his channel earlier today. Got to watch a couple of videos. Very cool stuff. And yeah, I would totally recommend anybody out there to just go ahead and give them a like there on YouTube. We've got a couple of drivers heading on out to qualify here tonight.
Yeah, we're looking at the number 83 of Joe Alberico. Not someone we really talk about a whole lot. He normally hangs out in the back. We're going to see what he can do here tonight at Talladega. As we know, it's a crapshoot at these super speedway races, so it could be anybody's race.
Yeah, a few other drivers that are out right now. Greg Moore, Brandon Feeney, Joshua Rutherford, Dave Seats, Andy Poliski, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and Blake Decker, Fred Thompson, Matt Robinson, Kyle Wellman, and Mark Arthur, all out on track right now, trying to get the qualifying done early here tonight.
And I've been noticing out in the chat, it looks like someone's gotten their pick tonight. It looks like Joshua's taking Kyle Wellman tonight. Chris, you got a pick.
Oh, man. I knew you were going to do this to me. I know who you've picked, so I'm not going to go ahead and pick that particular person. And notice how I said that to not give away anything, but I'm going to go with the 89. Philip Van Vliet. Van Vliet is due for one. This could be his night.
So Chris Legou going with teammate Philip Van Vliet tonight. Philip needs a win, so we'll see if he can get it done. My pick tonight, got to go with Amanda Sherman. She actually won a race in ASRL here at Talladega. You heard her tonight. She feels pretty confident about it. I think we'll see that number 8 machine up in the front.
Very, very possible. Of course, there's over 30 other drivers that could also be up front, but man, it is going to be something else here to watch. Talladega, man, it's one of my favorites.
And we got a bunch of people out on track right now trying to set their first laps of qualifying as Joe Alberico sets his first time with a 53.87. Ran the top side of the racetrack for the first lap. Now going to hook it down on that yellow line the whole way around and see if he can't put that 83 on the pole.
It's something we used to see out of the real NASCAR drivers, Sam. We used to watch them. They'd take that first lap real high, try and get as much momentum as they can. Then they drop it down to the inside, trying to carry it. And oftentimes it works out. Talladega, a very big track. We've already talked about that a little bit. 2.66 miles officially, with over 8,000 feet of front stretch and back stretch here to contend with tonight. And I believe these drivers are ready for the challenge.
So something I'd like to point out, Chris, since you're in the booth with us here tonight, we know you got TeamSpeak set back up, so we have something special. We got in-car cameras again. And I'd like to point out that Kyle Wellman loves running super speedway races. We got him on in-car camera. And we always seem to see him up near the front, so we're going to see if he can take the pole here tonight.
It'd be really cool to see somebody in an in-car camera that does, in fact, take that position. A couple of drivers that are kind of missing, and well, one right off the top of my head. How about the 17 of Brian Dees? Dees, nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, that's actually very, very interesting. I'm really surprised because I swore he was talking to another team about possibly working together. As we have the 18 of Jason Powell going to the top of the board with a 52.97. Paul Ellison right behind him with a 52.98.
Yeah, very, very close times indeed. Andy Poliski sitting in third. John Perkins fourth. New leader as far as time goes. And look at the jump we've got. A 52.91 going out to Brad Lawson.
Brad Lawson. Wow. Normally running the number 63, running a special paint scheme tonight here for the A Salute to America 300. He's running the 343, and it's a great paint scheme. It's got all the names of the members who lost their lives from the fire department and EMS, police, and everything on that fateful day. So it's a great looking paint scheme, and we're glad that he's thrown a tribute out to them.
Yeah, lots of tribute cars out there, and by far, I believe his is my favorite. Brad Lawson with an incredibly nice paint job here tonight. A nice way to remember this day some 22 years later. Man, oh man, I can't believe it's been that long.
Something I'd like to point out, too, tonight is the number 88 of Jamie Walker. Says he's back on triple monitors, and he's back racing with us. We haven't seen him here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, Walker's been plagued by computer issues pretty much all season long. It hasn't stopped him as far as points are concerned. Right now, he would be in the chase tonight, deciding to get on the triple monitors instead of the VR, hoping that he'll be able to finish out tonight here at Talladega.
So something I'd like to point out to everybody in the chat, the number 6 of Derek Paulson out on track right now, taking a qualifying time. However, because of what happened at Rockingham, the number 6 is going to have to start from the pits. He can take his qualifying time to get a good pit box, though. So I assume that's what he's doing, but you will be seeing the number 6 machine starting from the pits this evening.
Yeah, now we've got a couple of people out in chat that have made their picks. It looks like Terry Foster might think the 88's got something. We've got Constance. It's always Mark.
Yeah, we always see Constance going with Mark, and I'm sure somebody else out in chat's probably going to be picking Mark. Sister, I believe.
Well, you know who's not going to win tonight, Sam? It's going to be not me. The 71 is parked for the night, getting ready to roll in to the playoffs, not with a spot next week. And I'm going to have to say that Terry might have blown that one here for me tonight, because I could have been on track.
Well, you could have been on track, but then you couldn't be up here in the booth with us. So
I know it's tough, man. I want to be in both spots. That's a terrible thing. A little over 2 minutes left here of qualifying. Brad Lawson still up on top of the speed charts. Jamie Walker and Jason Powell rounding out the top 3. Then we've got Ellison and Poliski, your top 5. John Perkins, Robinson, Brandon Feeney, Thompson, and Harmon round out the top 10. Then it's old Woodsides, Decker, and his 92. Kyle Wellman, 12th, at least so far here in qualifying. I'm getting pumped for this one, Sam. I don't know how you're feeling, but I am ready to go right here tonight for the Blazing Pedals.
I've been excited all week for this one, Chris. I mean, it's a regular season finale out of plate track. It doesn't get much better than this. I know at the beginning of this thing, we got 114 laps. It's going to be a long, long race, and these guys are going to be single filed out. They're going to be riding around. But strategy is going to play a key factor tonight, getting on and off pit road. We know how difficult it is here. You're going from about 190 miles an hour down to 65, I believe is 55 for pit road speed. So we're going to have to watch everybody if we have green flag pit stops here this evening.
Yeah, that's one thing to keep an eye out is green flag pit stops. The other thing is back to that strategy. I believe for the first maybe 2/3 of the race, we might see a lot of nose to tail racing. I don't know how much side by side racing we'll see, although here at Talladega, it's never something that's out of question. So, boy, I don't know if I would, Sam. I guess that's where I'm going with that. I think maybe maybe I'm going to be in the second pack. Maybe a third pack if there is one. Who knows?
Now, I'd like to point out, too, that Blazing Pedals does have a plate track rule where they can't go 3 wide until a certain portion of the race. And I believe that portion of the race, if I remember correctly, is 10 laps before halfway.
That's correct.
So 10 laps before halfway is when they're able to go ahead and start going 3 wide. One thing I do have to do is spin a wheel to get our competition caution. I almost forgot about that. We had a week off. So
Dalton Kilrow slides in the 3rd spot as you spin the wheel, Sam.
Lap 60 will be the competition caution tonight. Lap 60.
And that's going to work out pretty good for the amount of laps that we have. I believe it's almost right dead in the middle. Give these drivers a chance to come down pit road under caution, perhaps, and maybe get a little break. I say the perhaps part because if there is a caution beforehand, that scheduled caution flag will go out the window. Mark Arthur right now giving the pre-race commands, getting ready for the green flag for the first time here tonight at Talladega. Gosh, I'm getting excited. Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, we got a great turnout here tonight. We got 32 drivers who showed up for this one. I'm curious to see how they're going to race. Are they going to go hard? Are they going to ride? We don't know.
Yeah, you never really know. Linda's out there. Linda, how are you tonight? Happy birthday to Amanda. Love Mom and Dad. Good to see you guys out there. I know I don't get to talk to you anymore. So I'm going to take advantage of tonight. I'm going to get to talk to some people I haven't been able to in a little while.
Well, everybody's starting to get gridded up. We got to start going through the grid here, Chris. So we're going to go ahead and get through it. Brad Lawson in the 343 special paint tribute tonight. He's going to be starting on pole with Jamie Walker in the number 88 to his outside. Dalton Kilrow is going to be starting in the 3rd position in the number 41 with Jason Powell in the number 18 in 4th. Paul Ellison in the number 55 will be starting in 5th with Andy Poliski to his outside in 6th. John Perkins is going to be starting in 7th in that 33 with newcomer Matthew Robinson in the number 40 starting in 8th. Brandon Feeney, haven't seen him in a while. He's going to be starting in 9th in his number 38 machine with Rick Thompson to his outside. Trevor Harmon in that number 29, he's going to be starting in 11th with Blake Decker, old Woodsize as Chris calls him, to his outside. Kyle Wellman manages to bring that 42 and P13 for qualifying, with Joe Alberico starting in 14th. Derek Paulson's going to be starting in 15th, but again, he's going to have to start from the pits. So 16th will be Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Fred Thompson's going to be starting in 17th, and that number 46 with Corey Sherman in 18th. Go ahead, Chris.
And Aaron Bach over in the 44 out of TNA Motorsports going to be starting 19th. Hayden Wheeler in 20th. Oh, and Sam, you cleared your screen, bud. Let's see. Joel Alberico, Derek Paulson going to make up the next row.
We got to back up.
Derek Paulson, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Fred Thompson, Corey Sherman going to be starting 18th. Aaron Bach over, Hayden Wheeler, Amanda Sherman going to be starting 21st. Joshua Rutherford going to be starting 22nd. And I'm having some trouble actually reading those guys. If you want to go ahead and finish that one out.
Yeah, no problem. Corey Rutherford's going to be starting 23rd. Then you got Greg Moore in the 34, going to be starting 24th. Mike Hamlin in 25th with Dave Seats at 26th. Mark Arthur's going to be starting 27th. Chris Carroll 28th. Philip Van Vliet in 29th. Tanner Moore in 30th. Bruce Pearson in 31st. And Joey Neese in 32nd. And that's going to be your field, your lineup for this evening.
32 drivers set to take the start here at Talladega. This 2.66 mile track. The fastest track in North America.
I'm beyond
the fastest
excited.
track we're going to go to here this season.
I'm beyond excited. This is going to be awesome. We haven't been to a plate track since the beginning of the season, Chris.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Going into turns 3 and 4. I bet everybody's itching to get this thing going. I'm looking at the in-car cameras. Kyle Wellman's fidgeting around in his seat. Rick Thompson looks cool and collected. And looks like Trevor Harmon, he's also looking pretty cool and calm so far. But we know once they get up to speed, they're not going to be so cool anymore.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks, Sam, that hurts your hands. Because you're gripping that wheel for a very, very long time. Pace car lights are out, and it is dropped below the yellow line. We're getting ready to go to the green flag, but Talladega, man, that restart zone is a long ways away still.
Long ways away, and the first start is on the flag, man, once they are in that restart zone. Down through the tri-oval in the restart zone. Green flag is out in the air here at Talladega.
The 88 of Jamie Walker looking to jump ahead. Brad Lawson on the inside. On the top side. It's the 18 looking to try and make a little hay. But he has got to work with the 88 of Jamie Walker. Brad Lawson on the inside getting a little push. He drops down below the yellow line. Danger zone already here for the 363.
I think he's dropping down. He's going to drop to the back there, Chris. He got the pole, and now he's just going to drop to the back and ride around. That outside lane, it took a while for it to get formed up, but now we got about 5 cars here on the outside lane. Taylor Butcher Benjamin back there trying to get up to the back of that outside lane as well.
Well, right now, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe swapping spots with Jamie Walker for the top spot. Walker right now has a slight advantage, maybe by about a fender.
Looks like give that lap to Jamie Walker that time with Jason Powell pushing him. And it just looks like that bottom line can't seem to get formed up as much as that top line has. Jamie trying to split both lanes right now as he drops down to the bottom side of the racetrack.
A beautiful number 41, Dalton Kilroe, riding behind the 88 of Jamie Walker. Jason Powell on the outside, getting a push from Matthew Robinson. Again, newcomer here to Blazing Pedals. Rick Thompson third in line on the top side with a 55 of Paul Ellison picking up third on the bottom lane. It's 5 cars versus 5 cars, top and bottom here at Talladega.
Yeah, they're 2x2, 5 rows deep right now, and then there's just a little bit of a gap back to the next pack. Seems like a lot of people in the back have kind of single filed out, and they're just trying to get a nice single file line going to maybe try and run back down this front pack.
Well, that outside groove, Sam, starting to pick up a little bit of traction with Jason Powell leading the way. Matthew Robinson doing a good job staying right on the back bumper. Powell in the number 18 moves down to the bottom quickly. Like, man, he had an opening and he took it right in front of Jamie Walker.
Yeah, and I think we are seeing strategy being played right here. I think Jason knows who he wants to be pushed by, and we see that bottom lane is way more organized than that top lane right now. So I think Jason made the right move, but Matthew Robinson, he's coming on the outside with Rick Thompson pushing him.
Matthew Robinson, newcomer, once again here to the Blazing Pedals, takes over the lead on the outside. Rick Thompson supplying the push. Will it be enough to lead this lap?
As quick as I said that bottom line was organized, they are not so organized anymore. Jamie Walker drops out of line. He's going to drop to the back of the pack. That's going to allow Paul Ellison to get on the back bumper of Jason Powell, but give the advantage to the outside lane right now as the 40 and the 76 both drop down to the bottom side of the racetrack.
So new leader, Matthew Robinson in the 40. And on the top side, here comes Captain Safefield, the 41 of Dylan Kilroe. Kilroe has got Blake Decker pushing on the back bumper as we get ready to cross the stripes. And that time by, Dylan Kilroe, the race leader, already 3 different leaders here tonight.
Looks like Dalton and Blake are going to run all the way up next to the wall, maybe trying to drop back here and get out of that lead pack. Dalton led a lap, got his bonus point. Now he wants to get to the back of the pack and just ride around. But newcomer Matthew Robinson leading the race right now, probably going to lead this time by and lead his first laps here in Blazing Pedals.
And that's going to leave the 10 car of Taylor Butcher Benjamin on the outside all by himself. That will hurt his head of steam. And Matthew Robinson going to take full-on advantage as he is leading the train on the bottom side of the track.
Yeah, that bottom line's starting to get formed back up again. As you said, Taylor Butcher Benjamin kind of hung out to dry right now. He's got to find a spot to try and get down into that inside line. Remember, pit stops here tonight are going to be about 15 to 20 laps. We should be seeing green flag pit stops, and the last place I would want to be is on that top side line.
Peeking back a little further in the field, 10th through, 14th, 15th, somewhere in there. 10th spot right now, Trevor Harmon in the number 29. Corey Sherman, Hayden Wheeler. They're swapping spots. Aaron Backover, Joshua Rutherford, and Dalton Kilroe. An early runner towards the front has fallen back to the 15th spot. And at this point, Sam, you said it, he did it on purpose.
Yeah, it looks like we got kind of 2 packs going right now. We got the lead pack, and then Joshua Rutherford now catching up to the lead pack, but Dalton Kilroe, who dropped back with Blake Decker, kind of leading this second pack, but they're getting one heck of a run as we see Mark Arthur in that number 12 car pushing Amanda Sherman, my pick, in that number 8.
Well, that's what it's all about, right? You got to have some drivers that you trust. Right now, Amanda has the 12 car right behind her, and, I would be happy with that. I would be okay with that, except for it's that number 12.
Well,
I had to get that shot in one time.
Well, all right, we'll give you that one. But what I wanted to say is that, like you were saying, yeah, you want to trust the person who's behind you. And right now in these early laps, that's what you want to do. You want to feel everybody out. Maybe drop down in front of somebody you normally wouldn't, see what they're going to do. Maybe draft, bump somebody, see how they're going to handle that bump for later in the race. This is all everybody just flowing out, seeing what everybody's going to be doing here.
Yeah, what you want to do is you want to take about the first half of the race to really get a good feel of who you're going to be running with. Right now, Amanda right behind teammate Aaron Backover, right in front of probably one of the better drivers here at Blazing Pedals, Mark Arthur. So she's found herself a very comfortable spot, and I don't anticipate her moving out of that spot anytime soon.
Now, We're only 8 laps here in the books so far. And we still got a long way to go. So the best thing that these drivers are doing is riding around. Even though they are 2x2 up in the front, I see a lot of give and take being done here.
Yeah, Taylor Butcher Benjamin has taken over the race lead. Matthew Robinson relegated to the 2nd spot. The Butcher looking strong here. Joe Alberico just made the pass to go into 2nd spot. So lines, yeah, they matter.
Yeah, someone we really haven't talked a whole lot about this season is that 83 of Joe Alberico, up there battling for the lead out of the Speed Mafia camp, doing a great job here tonight so far at Talladega.
Yeah, a lot of big names around Joe Alberico, and he is doing just fine, sitting in that 3rd spot right now on the top side, leading the way actually on the top lane. He's being followed by the 34 to Greg Moore, and right behind them, and a TNA, it's going to be Corey Sherman, the driver of the number 3.
Yeah, and don't look now, but right behind him is the number 29 of Trevor Harmon. He saw something going on that top side lane, and he's sitting there in the 7th spot right behind Corey Sherman.
Traditionally, the top lane does have some pretty good momentum, and the bottom lane usually stalls out just a little bit. I believe you have to slow down just a little bit in the corners if you're on the bottom lane, but man, right now it is nose to nose up front. The 83 juking and jiving just a little bit is Joe Alberico, but you see what happens right there. That little side to side motion, Sam, it's actually breaking some of the wind, and they are slowing down on the top side.
Yeah, it seems like that they had a little bit of a checkup there. Corey kind of ducked out of line just a little bit, and it allowed the top line to break up, which allowed the bottom line to get a little bit more formed up, and now it looks like that they might get a run here going down the back straightaway.
Well, right now, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, your race leader in the number 10, and here comes Alberico on the outside. He puts it ahead by a nose. The Butcher gets a head of steam on the inside, takes it right back. These two swapping for the race lead.
Got a little bit nervous right there. If you saw the 34, he kind of drifted up the racetrack a little bit right as he was pushing the 83. We know these cars, you got to be very careful with how you push them. You'll turn somebody real easily.
Well, that's a valid point. The new build just dropped here this past week, but no real changes to how these cars handle. It's more of a how they look thing. And boy, some of these cars look incredibly good here tonight.
Yeah,
shout out throwback.
Shout out to Michael Falk Racing Designs and CJR Graphics, as always, who did most of the paint schemes you see out on track tonight. We know Corey Sherman did all the paint schemes for his team, Team TNA. But we see Work in Progress Racing at Joshua Rutherford, Paul Ellison, all those guys. Those paints were done by CJR Graphics. And, of course, the MFRD guys, we know who did those paints, Michael Falk. So shout out to those guys.
Falk. And Michael Falk Racing Designs, make sure to check him out over on Facebook. Give that guy a like. Have him paint one up for you. They're always something special. And don't forget our other sponsor here. It's trjkarting.com. For all of your karting needs, they've got a special spot. Sam, I don't know if you've even been there, but go on their website. They've got a special tab just for sim racers where you can get shoes, you can get gloves, and many other pieces of apparel right there on trjkarting.com.
Not only that, make sure you get your karting stuff from there too.
Well, that one kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? I mean, trjkarting.com.
Hey, who knows? I heard they sold vacuums at one point in time.
Very, very possible. All right. Back to the action here, and it looks like Taylor Butcher Benjamin's got about a 2-car length lead over the outside of Matthew Robinson. Make it 3 as, well, things are changing very rapidly out on track, as you would imagine here. Matthew Robinson sitting in the 2nd spot. Alberico on the outside, sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, and Joe's actually doing a really good job holding that outside lane. As we say that, Matthew Robinson says he wants to go back up to the front of the field, jumps up in front of that number 83, trying to get past the number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
And that's exactly what I expect to see. If he makes the pass on the outside, I would also expect him to drop back down. That's just part of plate racing here at Talladega. And over at Daytona, same as far as using your friends for a second and then forgetting who your friends are the next moment.
The real question is when these drivers are going to be able to go 3 wide, who's going to start that third line up top? That's what I'm curious of. We know who's pretty aggressive. We know who wants to win. We know who needs to win. So I'm curious to see who's going to jump out and make that first third line here when we're able to do it. But we're on lap 15 of 114. Green flag pit stop should be coming momentarily.
And up front, Matthew Robinson did drop down when he took the lead. Taylor Butcher Benjamin jumped right back up to the outside. Now looking to try and take over that race lead one more time. Robinson really fighting hard on the inside, trying to take it back.
And he's got the number 76 of Rick Thompson right behind him. Remember, Rick was the one who won at Daytona at the beginning of the year. So that's somebody who I'd want behind me.
Yeah, Rick Thompson, very good at plate racing. We've seen that multiple times here at Blazing Pedals, as is a few other drivers. But right now, Rick Thompson sitting in the 4th spot with his number 76, up 6 positions since the drop of the green flag.
Let's say we go on board here with Rick Thompson, since we got an in-car camera here, and see how he's working that wheel, how he's managing that throttle behind the number 40 of Matthew Robinson.
And you can see exactly what he sees out of that front windshield. It's not a lot. You can see maybe the top spoiler, the top half maybe of the trunk lid, but not a lot of vision out of the front of these cars. And at almost 200 miles per hour, Sam, you can attest it's even less.
Yes, it is. And if you notice, he's also kind of hanging back a little bit, maybe trying to get a little air to the nose of that race car. We know that you can't stay behind someone really close for too long or you risk blowing that engine. So Rick probably trying to get a little air to the nose of that car.
Yeah, that's something else that we really haven't talked about, is keeping your equipment safe here tonight. And you do that just like Rick is showing us by backing off a little bit, maybe moving up or down just about a half a lane. Get some air on that nose. Not only will it help cool everything down, but it'll help you corner a little bit better as well.
Okay.
Bottom lane right now is really starting to pull ahead. They're being led by Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Matthew Robinson. Rick Thompson puts his nose out in front of Joe Alberico. Alberico trying to battle back on the outside. The 34 of Greg Moore sitting in the 6th spot. Paul Ellison in 7th, trying to make some hay here tonight.
And you know, the 34 is someone we really haven't said a whole lot about tonight, or in general, to be honest. We kind of see him riding about mid-pack. I mean, he's having a great race here tonight. It seems like him and that 83 are working really well to maintain that outside lane.
And that's what it's going to take. You have to find a partner and stay with it. Unfortunately, 3 cars versus about 7. Right now, that's not going to help the inside lane with the car advantage, and the aerodynamics are such that the inside lane is going to move. Here comes Corey Sherman. The 12 car of Mark Arthur has made his way up the 7th spot. He's plus 20 on the night so far.
Working lap 19 of 114. And I'm wondering, when are we going to see everybody start to drop down pit road? I think that's why we're seeing everybody try to get down to the inside lane here, because we know pit stops are coming.
Yeah, it should be just around the corner from now. These cars are loaded up with about half the fuel as normal, and I believe pit stops will be happening here within the next 5 or so laps, I would guess.
The question is who's going to go with who? And we know that there's a few teams out there working together. I got word that the MFRD guys are going to be working with the work in progress guys, and I think that the driver in number 68, Hayden Wheeler, is out on track, and he's going to be working with TNA tonight.
Yeah, MFRD and work in progress. It's confirmed they are working together. Hayden Wheeler is working with Team TNA here tonight. So a couple of odd bedfellows, as it were, working together.
So the question is, as we said, when are these guys going to go down pit road? And I want to see who is actually going to stick to that word and go with who they say they're going to go with.
Well, that, and I want to see how they come in. There's definitely a good way to come in and a bad way to come in. The bad would be single file all the way back. So everybody has to be very, very diligent about their braking zones. The good way would be to kind of fan out a little bit and give all kinds of room. And we got pit stops happening already, Sam.
Yeah, we've only had 2 cars drop down pit road, and it's the number 15 of Mike Hamlin and the number 14 of Dave Seats. And that's actually a pretty interesting call. They're pitting before everybody else, which is a safe move when coming on the pit road here. But they're by themselves, and I don't think those 2 cars are going to be able to stick with the pack here.
And it was fuel only for Hamlin and Seats. Fuel only for both drivers as they get ready to come back out on the track. And now it's just going to be a matter of who is next. And we have got the answer to that already. Derek Paulson, Bruce Pearson, and Brad
Everybody
Lawson
coming down pit road.
dropping down pit road, and there's more coming.
Oh, the number 29, Trevor Harmon, gets in the grass a little bit there. He's going to overshoot pit road. That's going to be a penalty for sure for the number 29.
Yeah, unfortunate penalty that really didn't have to happen. There's plenty of time here to whoa up for the pit road. But unfortunately for him, he was not able to do it. Maybe next time will be the trick. Right now, Rick Thompson has assumed the lead in the number 76, Mark Arthur. Chris Carroll sitting in third. Jamie Walker in fourth. Newcomer, Joey Neese. Neese is running in the 5th spot in his number 20. Corey Sherman slides back to the 6th spot, now makes a pass on Neese. Hayden Wheeler. Neese may be getting ready to come down pit road.
Oh, they're all coming down pit road this time. Let's see who can make it down safe.
Look at the gaggle of cars. Look out.
Blake Decker making a 4 wide coming down pit road.
Oh, my. 3 and 4 wide coming down pit road. That is unbelievable.
And they all kept it straight. And they're all finding their pit box. Doesn't seem like nobody's hitting each other on pit road. Great job by all these drivers.
An excellent job. As you pointed out, Sam, very, very tough to come down with that many. 16 cars on pit road right now. All came down at the same time. No incidents. And we're including a 4 wide situation there.
So everybody's got, we got a yellow flag.
Caution on the track.
Go! Aaron Bach over Taylor Butcher Benjamin down hard in the inside retaining wall. Oh, man, we got to get a replay going on that. And we got to slow it down. I think Aaron Bachhover had some troubles coming out of pit road here. Yeah, him and Hayden Wheeler get together. It spins Bachhover. And Taylor just had nowhere to go.
Oh, my. Yeah, he really... hard into the inside retaining wall. His TBV. As you're right, he had no place to go. Hayden Wheeler was working with TNA tonight, and that didn't work out.
No, it looked like it may be a little bit of miscommunication coming off pit road. An unfortunate night for Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Luckily, he was plenty of points above the cut line, so he should still make the playoffs, no issue, but not how you want to end the night.
Yeah, that is definitely not what you want. An incident coming off from pit road, including a driver that was already on track. Definitely not what you want to see here at Talladega. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, we may hear from Terry Foster for the first time here tonight very soon as to who is going to take the credit for that little incident that we just saw.
So after the caution came out, it looks like he gave the lead over to Rick Thompson. Jamie Walker sitting in second with Chris Carroll in third. Mark Arthur dropped back to fourth position, and John Perkins rounds out your top 5. Curious to see where Mike Hamlin and Dave Seats, they're sitting in P18 and 19 after they pitted by themselves. So they kind of lucked out with that one. They didn't go a lap down or anything like that, so they're going to be right back in this thing.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to come out of this rather unscathed, except for the drivers involved in that, which, of course, is going to be Taylor Butcher Benjamin and possibly Aaron Bachhover. We don't know what extent of damage Bachhover has. I'm assuming that there's something going on there.
And it looks like everybody's going to be coming down pit road to top off here, Chris.
Oh, I would too. I mean, even if you've only only run a lap. That puts you back equal with everybody. So absolutely come down pit road. Michael Falk checking in on chat here on the YouTube channel. Again, welcome to the True Sim Productions Network here on YouTube. Can't thank Michael Falk enough. One of the longtime series sponsors here for Blazing Pedals. Michael, you did some really great work and you did it quickly. And I appreciate that. I'm sure the drivers appreciate that.
And Chris, you mentioned sponsors, and we know how the caution laps here are at Talladega. So why don't we go ahead and pay the bills, and let's take a quick commercial break. Stick around with us.
Shut up and sit down.
Pace car's down.
Pace car is down. We are back from commercial break. Kind of a quickie yellow there.
Jamie Walker has the race lead on the inside. To his outside is going to be the 41 of Don Kilroy. Blake Decker, Jason Powell, and Kyle Wellman, your top five as we get ready to go back to the green flag. Jamie Walker started tonight on the outside pole. He restarts on the pole, and let's see what kind of start he gets. The 41 with a bit of a head of steam here.
Oh, problems for the number 92, Blake Decker. Not sure what happened tonight. He's going to come back up the racetrack. Caution flag's going to be back out on the speedway.
Caution one more time. Wow.
It looked like maybe he might have missed a shift there.
Boy, to happen that early, I would definitely bet on it.
So it looks like we're going to have to back it up just a little bit here. We kind of saw it live in the corner of your screen. But it looks like...
Him, this shift.
Yeah, he just slows up, and Wellman tries to check up, not hit him, but ended up tapping him and sending him around. And he almost brings it back up the racetrack, but luckily he stops right before he does. Didn't take out any other cars.
Well, nobody's detecting my voice, so I'm going to give it right now, real quick, guys. 92 did take claim that, and you're right. He did miss a shift, that 92 car. And 44 of Aaron Bockover did take the blame for that last caution, guys.
Yeah, the caution before this one. It was so quick that we didn't even have a chance to go there. But, Terry, thank you for keeping up with all of the blame and stuff happening inside of the race here tonight. So we've got Aaron Bockover and Old Woodside's taking the blame. We've also got a driver. Sam, we got a driver in the in TRJ Infield Care Center. I believe we're going to talk to the driver of number 10, Taylor Butcher, Benjamin Taylor. It's Chris and Sam up in the booth. You have a copy.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, buddy, this is not the way you wanted to have your night go. But real quick, is the 10 going to make it back out? And is it going to be able to be competitive here tonight?
Oh, it's going to be like 45 minutes till I get back out. But that tore up pretty bad when I hit Aaron to knock the rear end out of alignment and the track bar. And that's why I couldn't really stop and slam the inside wall. It's just too bad because I had an issue in qualifying, was able to get enough help and drive up through the field and up to the front and executed the pit stop well. Me and the 40 were working pretty well. And had that not happened, I thought we were going to be in good shape and pushing me. But I just saw those guys get together, exiting pit road. Not really sure how that happens, but I'll bite my tongue there. But I saw Aaron spin up the track and wasn't really sure where I was going, where he was going. And obviously I should have gone to the outside, but I thought the way he was rolling up, he would go to the close to the wall. So I tried to go to the bottom and just barely clipped him. And I didn't want to slow down too much, afraid that the 40 would run me over from behind. So just an unfortunate situation. Just hope just to get the bad luck out of the way now before the playoffs. And it's just too bad the special 911 paint scheme that Michael Falk made for me. Not much to show for it. Of course, thinking about the families who lost loved ones on that day.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better, actually. It all pales in comparison when you think about the main reason that we have these paint schemes out there tonight. Taylor, anybody else that you need to thank tonight?
Well, thank, of course, everybody at MFRD, and thinking of Brian Dees as well. His mom's having some difficult times, so thinking about her. Of course, want to say happy birthday to Amanda Sherman, and just see what we got for the rest of this race. Looks like there's some calamity on that restart, so hopefully they can clean it up and put on a good show.
Yeah, a missed shift on that restart, Taylor, if you were watching and didn't hear the reason why. But other than that, can you tell me how the car is feeling out there? Especially like maybe after the long run that you had.
Well, the car felt fine. I mean, just obviously it was tough there's a couple times where the 40 got me a little sideways from being right on my bumper, but other than that, felt like it can drive it wherever you wanted to. People were able to side draft without really any real issues. So as long as these guys kind of find their P's and Q's and keep their head on their shoulders, they should win a good race.
All right, bud. Well, we got word about 1 lap to go before we go back to green. Taylor, thank you very much for joining us up here in the booth after a wild ride here at Talladega.
Yep, thank you guys. Hope you have a good rest of the race.
Thank you, buddy. The driver of the number 10 car, Sam, it's Taylor Butcher Benjamin, or as I used to call him, Doc Butcher.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate night for the number 10. Yeah, you could hear it in his voice. It's probably not how he wanted to end it, not even halfway through the race, but that's Talladega for you. Just a late split decision that he had to make, and unfortunately, he chose the wrong one.
Yeah, and honestly, it can happen to anybody. A few drivers here, Sam, deciding to come down pit road right before we go back to the green flag, top off their tank just a little bit more, get an extra lap or two out of it. And we'll see if that pays dividends later on in this race. Right now, it's going to be the 41 of Dalton Kilroe as the race leader. It's Corey Rutherford, Jason Powell running second and third. Matthew Robinson, the number 40 that Taylor Butcher Benjamin was just talking about, holding on to the 4th spot, and Andy Poliski rounds out the top 5.
Yeah, and what I'm noticing here is you got the number 5, and you said the 32 of Poliski. They're up there looking for a couple of their other teammates, which would be like Kyle Wellman and Paul Ellison. I think Paul might have been involved in that last bit with Blake near the end, might have got a little bit of damage. But I was talking to those guys before the race, and they said they're going to try and stick up front and try and control this thing and get one of those drivers in victory lane.
And that is certainly one of the options, as looks like a couple of drivers having to serve a black flag. It's going to be Fred Thompson, and I think it was Joshua Rutherford.
Yeah, I'm showing Joshua in the number 64. He's a lap down on my timing and scoring. So maybe he was on pit road when that caution flew. He was trying to serve a penalty. I'm not sure. But pace car is off. Field going to be in the hands of Captain Save Fuel. Jason Powell to his outside in the restart zone. It's up to the 41 to fire him off.
What you don't want to do is you don't want to get a very big lead over the guy behind you. In this case, it's the 5 of Corey Rutherford. You want him right behind you on the restarters. We go green flag one more time. A big hole shot for the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. That could be a big mistake here. We'll find out as the 5 Corey Rutherford makes some moves on the inside to hold on to second. On the outside, it's going to be Jason Powell in the 18. Powell has got a rear view mirror full of Matthew Robinson in the 40, and the 40 moves down and back up just as quick.
Yeah, he's not sure where he wants to go. And don't look now, the number 8 of Amanda Sherman, 3rd place on that top line.
Amanda Sherman trying to get it done here tonight. Really just needs a win on her birthday. What a way to cap it out that would be.
As we see the
guys,
couple
I
of
don't want to
drivers.
break in on you like this, but there was 5 guys that actually got black flags on that walkover. Thompson, Ellison, Rutherford, and Joey Neese all got black flags on that round.
Yeah, and they're all down pit road right now, Terry. Thank you very much for bringing that to our attention. All 5 drivers on pit road right now. The only upside here is there's 5 of them. They're going to get out in front of the leaders. There'll be 5 of them to pack back up. We'll see if they're able to stay on the lead lap here very shortly. But up front, it's Matthew Robinson in the 40, taking over the race lead. Jason Powell on the inside fights back. He's ahead by about a car length. Here comes Dalton Kilroe to retake the 2nd spot as the top side seems to be stalling out.
Yeah, the top side isn't formed up as much as they'd like to be right now. That bottom side's got 5 cars, nose to tail, and it looks like Dalton trying to push the 18 of Jason Powell, trying to get him back out to the lead.
Amanda Sherman tight on the bumper of Matthew Robinson. That's going to give Robinson the race lead. The 24 of Chris Carroll now has to catch the back bumper of Amanda Sherman. Amanda Sherman trying to work her way to the front.
And teammate Corey Sherman behind Chris Carroll there, trying to get that outside lane to work and try and push Amanda up to lead this thing.
what they could use would be a couple more cars. And we'll see if anybody dares go to the outside lane here, as they are starting to reel in the top driver. Amanda Sherman currently sitting in second spot, looking for more. She's got the race lead by about an inch.
Coming through the tri-oval, it's between Amanda Sherman and Matthew Robinson. Give it to Amanda Sherman at the line.
Amanda Sherman leads on her birthday, the 8 car. Now about a car length ahead of the 40 of Matthew Robinson. Robinson fights back on the inside, reclaims the race lead.
She's got a good group of cars behind her, Chris. She's got Chris Carroll, Corey Sherman, Mark Arthur. Now teammate Philip Van Vliet in the mix. I would stay right up on that topside line.
Van Vliet in the 89 has to make up a little bit of ground. He does so on the outside, catching the rear bumper of the 12. And that is going to line up 6 cars on the outside. 6 cars on the outside to try and make some hay. Amanda Sherman was leading the way, but she's moved down to the race lead. Amanda Sherman ahead of Chris Carroll in the 24.
2 laps led for the number 8 so far here tonight. Chris Carroll trying to change that as he's leading the outside pack right now with Corey Sherman right behind him. Bottom side has broken up just a little bit. Jason Powell trying to get back to the back bumper of that number 40.
Matthew Robinson following Amanda Sherman, and here comes the outside lane. Chris Carroll moves up to second spot, looking for more. He's side by side with Amanda Sherman in the 8 car. On the inside, Sherman trying to battle it off. Matthew Robinson has got to try and push. Chris Carroll on the outside, taking the race lead.
Trevor Harmon saw a gap there, moved to the bottom side of the racetrack, now behind the number 18 of Jason Powell, trying to get more cars in that inside lane, trying to get that inside lane to work a little bit better for him here tonight.
4 cars on the bottom side, 6 cars on the top side. Who is going to prevail right now? Amanda Sherman going through the corner, takes the race lead by about a car length.
Outside lane starting to get formed up a little more as we see Tanner Marr. Haven't said a whole lot about him. He's back there trying to catch up to this outside lane. He's running in 11th spot right now.
Tanner Marr in the 4 car, trying to figure out which lane he wants to be in. Starts to move down, maybe goes back up. He's kind of running in the middle of the 2 lanes, trying to catch that draft off from those top 10 drivers up front of him. Tanner Marr doing a good job. Let's see if he can get into the battle. Meanwhile, up front, it is still a battle for the race lead. We're side by side. It's going to be Chris Carroll on the outside, Amanda Sherman on the inside. Here comes the hubby, Corey Sherman, looking for the 3rd spot right now, relegated to the 4th spot as the outside lane again loses steam.
The 40 just gave the number 8 a big shot right there. They had a little bit of a wiggle coming off turn 2, managed to keep it straight. That inside lane still prevailing, only with 3 or 4 cars.
The 24 and the 3 on the outside pushed a little bit, and they did try and take over the race lead. Not going to happen this time by Amanda Sherman, a woman on a mission here tonight.
Yeah, and like you said, definitely would be awesome to not only see her lock herself into the playoffs, but also win on her birthday here at Talladega. She's won here before in another league. Let's see if she can do it here again tonight. Chris Carroll looking for the race lead on the outside.
Chris Carroll had the lead at the stripe. Amanda Sherman now trying to battle back on the inside. She's got the 40 of Robinson. Robinson trying to stick to her rear bumper. Has a little bit of a wiggle, maybe trying to cool the 40 down. On the top side, Corey Sherman tight to the back bumper of Chris Carroll. The action already very hot and heavy here on lap 38 of 114 at Talladega.
Yeah, still plenty of time left here, guys. Like, you don't got to be racing this hard, but they won it. Chris Carroll looking for the lead once again. Corey Sherman doing everything he can to try and push him up there. As they're still side by side here for the front pack. But if we go back a little bit further, we got, looks like Brad Lawson is back in the mix here in the number 343. And Dalton Kilroe leading the second pack of cars here with Corey Rutherford and Andy Poliski behind him.
Now, great job by these drivers also being patient, and that's the other side of the spectrum of plate racing, right? You can be up front, you can race back and forth, or you can step back just a little bit and try and keep yourself safe. Right now, two different strategies at play. The exciting stuff happening towards the front, and the more daily driver stuff happening mid-pack.
And as we mentioned earlier, Tanner Maury was trying to get himself up to this pack. He has made his way up there, right behind Trevor Harmon, as now they have, looks like 6 cars on the inside lane.
6 cars on the inside lane, nose to tail. On the outside, it's 5. Make it 7 on the inside, as we've got a late comer, and Amanda Sherman still getting a push from the 40 of Matthew Robinson, newcomer here to Blazing Pedals, and he is doing a fantastic job here at this plate track.
Yeah, it's his first race here with these guys, and he's definitely showing he knows how to plate race. We've talked about him all night. He's been up in the front all night long. Hayden Wheeler was involved with that caution coming off of pit road. He has found himself up in the 9th position in that number 68 machine, running on the outside lane, right on the back bumper of Philip Van Vliet, the Dutchman. Also having a great run here this evening. Chris, your pick, doing a good job.
Yeah, my pick right now, the lone Dutchman, Philip Van Vliet, currently finding himself in the 7th spot on the top side. But it's that inside lane that needs to form up a little bit better. There's 6 cars there, and they just have a little bit too much of a gap. Jason Powell, 3rd car on the inside, needs to kind of pump it up just a little bit. And I believe that would give enough for Amanda Sherman to take over the race lead even more than she has right now. Amanda Sherman back up to the front with the 40 pushing. Up top, it is the number 24 of Chris Carroll, still being followed by Corey Sherman and Mark Arthur. Mark in the 12 car, showing off his marine paint scheme here tonight. Marine Barbie paint scheme, excuse me. Another great paint job here tonight for Mark Arthur.
I noticed going into turn 1 there, Chris Carroll had enough room to drop down in front of Amanda Sherman, but chose to stay up in front of that number 3.
You know, at this point, I don't think I would either, because the top side has been quick here tonight. So you drop down, you may open the door for Corey Sherman to take over the race lead. And I'm not sure Chris Carroll wants to see that. The 3 car right now, right on his back bumper, right where Chris Carroll can kind of control him. Chris Carroll leads the last lap. The 8 might be fading back the 40, right on the back bumper, but after that, no help out of Powell in the 18. Powell needs to catch those top 2 drivers on the inside lane.
But something I've noticed is that the number 40 of Matthew Robinson has been so close to the back bumper of Amanda Sherman that they've been holding that inside lane by themselves. He's doing a great job, as you see him touching bumpers right there going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, a great job pushing out of the 40, and that is something you love to see out of a newcomer. The 40 really showing that he belongs here at Blazing Pedals. Great job out of him. Jason Powell sits 3rd in line on the inside. The top lane, though, is stacked full of winners here for the Blazing Pedals. Chris Carroll, multiple time winner here this season. Mark Arthur, another multiple time winner here this season in his number 12. Those 2 drivers trying to lead the way on the top side. Corey Sherman without a win here this season, but is in the playoffs as of right now.
And while everybody's all stacked up right now, something I want to do tonight, we haven't done it in a while. It's been a couple weeks since we've been live. Let's do a little crank it up.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love the crank it up cameras as we got green flag pit stops happening right now. Amanda Sherman bringing it down pit side. Matthew Robinson following her. Only about 5 or 6 cars, it looks like, coming down pit road this time, Chris.
Yeah, 6 cars coming down pit road right now. Matthew Robinson got a great jump onto pit road. Jason Powell, Trevor Harmon, Brad Lawson, Hayden Wheeler, and of course, Amanda Sherman. That is going to leave Chris Carroll up front, duking it out with Corey Sherman for the race lead. He's got Mark Arthur right behind him on the inside, and Corey Sherman has got Jamie Walker on the outside with him right on the back bumper.
Yeah, it's someone we haven't really said a whole lot about tonight is Jamie Walker. He was up front a couple of times to drop back and now back up towards the front, but we're going to have to see when these guys are going to bring it down pit road, as it looks like this whole pack's going to go a whole nother lap yet.
Well, that's it. I mean, there's so much strategy behind these races. It's so hard as a driver to kind of keep track of what your strategies are. We don't have a chance up here in the booth. I will be honest with you.
Well, no, and that's just it. Anything could happen. We could have a caution fly just like we did under the last time we had green flag pit stops. I mean, you could miss your entry. You could speed. We could have a couple black flags. I mean, who knows what could happen. Right now, Corey Sherman takes over the race lead, I assume, to get to the bottom side of the racetrack. We should be seeing this group coming down pit side this time.
Yeah, we're just waiting on word from Corey Sherman, Chris Carroll, Mark Arthur, all 3 of them silent on the radio. Nobody calling out their pit stops this time by, although we do have 5 drivers dropping on the pit road right now. Andy Poliski, Corey Rutherford, Dalton Kilroe, Blake Decker, and Kyle Wellman all on pit road right now.
Yeah, a couple work in progress guys along with a couple MFRD guys. Remember, we said they were working together tonight. So we see Dalton, Poliski, and Rutherford all coming down pit road. I have to see where that cycles them out. But race leader still Corey Sherman. This whole line of cars still is yet to pit. Jamie Walker and Joe Alberico stuck on the top side right now, though.
Yeah, and that's not exactly where you want to be if pit stops are right around the corner. Now, I will say that the 88 was one of those drivers that came down very late in the last caution, so maybe he's got enough fuel to make it around a couple more times. I don't know if Corey Sherman does, though. Sherman stays out as a few drivers peel off pit road. A little bit of a problem there on pit road is we got a driver into the back of another.
Yeah, it looked like Mark Arthur was locking up the brakes hard coming into pit road, and then once he hit pit road, not sure if he might have gotten a speeding penalty there, but he slowed up even more, and Tanner Marr almost got into the back of him.
Bunch of drivers starting to call out their pit stops coming right up this time by. TNA looks like they're going to be dropping off. It's going to be the 3 of Corey Sherman, the 89 of Philip Van Vliet, plus a whole host of other drivers getting ready to come down pit road.
And remember, we said it at the beginning of the race, Derek Paulson had to start from the pits. He made himself up into 3rd place right now, also bringing it down pit side.
Derek Paulson, the 88, the 3, the 89, the 33. Look at them all come down pit road.
The question is what are they going to do? Are they going to take tires too, or are they going to take fuel only? Under green flag, I imagine it's just going to be fuel only here for these drivers.
Yeah, I would stick with fuel only this time by. There are a couple of drivers who have taken tires already this race. Jamie Walker, one of the more notable drivers to have done it. He didn't do it this time by, but he did do it the last time he was on pit road.
Right now, as green flag pit stops cycle through, it looks like Chris Carroll will take over the race lead. But don't look now, Corey Rutherford's back there. Right behind him, it looks like.
And these guys are going to fly by the drivers coming off from pit road. We expect that the drivers coming off from pit road will gather up and try and work their way forward once again. They're going to be led by Derek Paulson in the number 6 car.
Yeah, but this second pack right here, they have a full head of steam. Looks like Derek's trying to come up, maybe get a little bit of their draft to try and push them along. But that topside lane with Corey Rutherford leading.
For the 12 car, the 12 hard into the wall and rolling up quickly. Mark Arthur with a very vicious hit to the wall. Mark Arthur slow on track.
So problems for the number 12. It looks like he's got, big problems for that number 12. Not sure what happened there. Let's see if we can't get a replay on it.
Oh, my.
So he's already in the wall here. We're going to back it up a little bit further, ladies and gentlemen, just to see what happened here. Get a better camera angle on that. We'll ride with the far chase here. Going into turn 3. Oh, Chris just drifts up into the outside wall.
I don't know if his car got tight, if he just missed the steering. I don't know, but absolutely the 12 hard into the wall. And there's no such thing as easy into the wall when you're doing 190 miles an hour plus.
And we know how hard it is to get this Arca car off of the wall. Once you're in that wall, it's like glue. It just sucks you right in. So I wonder how much damage the number 12 is going to have. Maybe our pit road reporter, Terry, he can go down and talk to him, see what happened.
Meanwhile, Corey Rutherford was the race leader. Chris Carroll now in the 24 is taking it over. Hayden Wheeler in second spot. Amanda Sherman being shown in third. Matthew Robinson in the 40 car, hanging out down low in the 4 spot. Jamie Walker inside the top 5.
Yeah, that outside lane came on the back straightaway with a full head of steam, but Hayden Wheeler wasn't able to clear Chris Carroll for the race lead. He's trying to right here through the trioval, but Chris Carroll's got someone we've been talking about all night, and that's the number 40 of Matthew Robinson. He's been pushing everybody like crazy this evening.
Yeah, Robinson doing a great job with the front bumper, and that's exactly what you want out of the guy behind you. Luckily for a lot of drivers tonight, he's been right behind the race leader, including right now, as the 40 of Matthew Robinson hanging out behind the 24 of Chris Carroll.
Guys, I want to break in here, but you guys did an awesome job. Mark Arthur said he's got a little bit of time. He will probably pop in here in a minute. You guys talk to him.
All right. So a lot more damage on the 12 car than we anticipated, Sam, as it looks like he's probably watching the replay, trying to figure out what happened, if I know him.
Yeah, we always know he likes to go look at the replay, see what happens. But, I mean, from our point of view, it looks like you said, Chris, it looks like he might have just got tight on entry on the high side and maybe just got sucked into that outside retaining wall.
Yeah, very, very possible. Meanwhile, Chris Carroll still leading the way. He's got the 40 of Matthew Robinson right behind him. On the top side, it's Hayden Wheeler being followed by Amanda Sherman. Sherman, she is trying to get her first win here for the Blazing Pedals. Not just for the season, but for the entirety that she's been here.
This is the most aggressive I've seen Amanda race at a plate track. I will say that. Normally she's in the back at this point in the race. Not today. Amanda Sherman's going for the win.
I love to see it. I love watching Amanda race. And tonight, I'm one of her biggest fans. The only reason why I didn't pick her to win, Sam, is because you did.
I'll tell you, it looks like we have word from Mark Arthur in the infield care center. Hey, Mark, it's Sam and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Sam.
So we went back and looked at it, man. You tell us what happened. We're not entirely sure.
Well, so we got all that lap traffic coming out of the pits, and, we were able to go 3 wide at that point. So I said, well, I'll try it. And when I went in, it just did that thing where it sucks you up into the wall once I touched the wall, and tried to get it off without hitting somebody, and it slammed me right back into the wall, and then tried to get it off again, slammed me back into the wall. Felt like Terry Foster going down through there.
So
Wow.
The real question is how
I wasn't
much
done yet either.
The real question is how much damage do you have on that number 12 machine, and are you going to be able to get it back out there and finish this race?
Oh yeah, I'll get it back out there. Loyalties. But I had 30 or 40 seconds required, but 4 minutes of optional. So must have knocked some toe out or something. Like I was way down on speed, and it wouldn't turn left hardly at all. So it was definitely dragging a tire or something. So I'm gonna sit here and get it all fixed and get back out there. Unfortunately, I'll be probably 10 or 15 laps down.
Well, we know that these cars, they're really good when you fix them up. With this damage model, they're basically like brand new. So when you come out, is there anybody that you might help push to a first-time win tonight, maybe?
Yeah, I'll help anybody. You know me. I mean, I'm not going to sit back there and just ride. But if it's fast enough and I can stay up there, I'll help anybody I can. Amanda's still out there, birthday girl. I try to push her, and still got Tanner and Chris that I'll sit in there and chat with during the race too, if I can help them, either one. But see what I can do. I'll help whoever.
Well, who you got to shout out on that number 12? Remember, you got your mom and your sister out here in chat too.
Yeah, the Marines are on there this week because we're doing the 9/11 thing, so hoorah to that. But I always thank my mom and sister for watching. I can't believe they like it as much as they do. I mean, figured it would be boring to them. A lot of people look at it as just a game, but it is pretty cool with the broadcasting, and each and every person's an actual person. It's not like playing an arcade game or something. So I enjoy them coming out and watch, and glad I can put on a show for them. Too bad I can't keep it out of the wall for them.
All right, man. Well, we'll go ahead and let you get back down with your team, and we'll keep an eye on you and see who you decide to push later on in the race.
All right, man. We'll see you.
All right, Mark, Semper Fi, bud. Mark Arthur, driver of the number 12. He's going to get back out there.
And we should have assumed that, right? Like, we know Mark's going to get back out there. He could have 12 minutes of required repairs. He's going to wait it out, and he's going to get back out there. But like I said, I'm curious to see who he decides to get behind and push, because when you're a lap down, you ain't really racing for much, so you might as well help somebody else out.
Oh, that's it. You're racing for a little bit. You're racing for pride. You're racing to say that you've been there. And as Terry says, you're racing for loyalty.
I love you guys.
Chris Carroll, your race leader on the outside. Look out. It's the wild man, Kyle Wellman. Wellman now pushes himself to the race lead. Kyle Wellman with a great push is now the race leader. Carroll fights back on the inside.
Yeah, and Kyle Wellman has some help right there. It looks like he's got teammate of Paul Ellison in front of him. Paul is a lap down as of right now, but pulling his teammate up to the race lead.
Kyle Wellman, the wild man, up top, trying to get there one more time. The 55 in his way. That's Paul Ellison. Ellison trying to get him towards the front. Depending on how that car is going, you might be better off to switch positions with him, Sam.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to play this out. We know that they're obviously working together, so they have comms with each other. But Paul Ellison dropping out of line right now, maybe going to try and slow up that inside lane and let Wellman take over this race lead.
Oh, that'd be a very interesting call out of teammates, and that's exactly why you have teammates, is to do stuff like that. Look at the 24, way up to the top side of the track, gets around Paul Ellison. Great move, great idea coming from Chris Carroll. He unfortunately is going to bring the 42 along with him, and John Perkins in the 33 on the inside. The 40 continues to do what he's done all race long. Doesn't matter who's in front of him. He is giving the push.
Yeah, he's been pushing literally anybody who's been in front of him, and that's a lap car in front of him, and he doesn't care. He's right on the back bumper of Paul Ellison. And don't look now, Jamie Walker has come back into this mix. And you mentioned it, John Perkins. Haven't talked a whole lot about him tonight. Sitting up there in the 5th position, having a great night. Can Speed Mafia get another driver in the playoffs?
Well, that would be incredible if they do. Jamie Walker peels off. Jamie Walker going backwards, maybe coming down pit road, as the 88 definitely is off pace. The 55 right now is leading the way. He's a lap down, but the 40 car, Matthew Robinson, no longer the pusher, now is going to be the pushy, as he is the race leader. The 42 jumps up top. The 42 of the wild man, Kyle Wellman, trying to make himself the race leader. The 55 doesn't know where to go.
Yeah, and that's the real question, is who you go with. But I'm assuming, like I said, once Kyle Wellman gets clear, he's going to drop down in front of that 55. I was talking to Paul a little bit earlier today, and he said he does like to push. So keep an eye out. Let's see if Kyle Wellman can get clear and take this thing over.
Right now, Ellison doesn't have a choice. He's got to go. The 40 giving the push to the back bumper. And that is something he just can't stop. Paul Ellison leads the way, but he is a lap down, being shown in the 27th spot. Robinson right now has got the race lead in the 40 car. following a lap down car.
Yeah, but Kyle Wellman's going to pull a big side draft going through the tri-oval. It looks like it's going to work out for him going into turn 1. Not sure if he's going to be able to clear teammate Paul Ellison or not. But Amanda Sherman down there on the inside lane, she's kind of minding her own business right now with Hayden Wheeler right behind her.
Amanda Sherman, third in line on the bottom side. The top side, though, stacked. It's the wild man, Kyle Wellman. And the 24 of Chris Carroll right on the back bumper. Paul Ellison on the bottom side being pushed by Matthew Robinson. Robinson trying for the race lead, the 55, one lap down. Great battle here for the race lead. Good stuff happening here at Blazing Pedals.
Yeah, and something else I noticed is that there's really not a second or like third pack. It's pretty much just a single file line on the inside. There's a little bit of a distance in between some cars, but everybody's pretty much stacked up here.
Well, we're past halfway, and things are going to start to tighten up a little bit, Sam, and I think that's exactly what you're seeing is drivers are not as willing to create a second pack. They want to kind of stay with the leaders, and right now that's what we're seeing on track.
I want to look a little bit further back in the field. I see two teammates who got hooked up just recently. That's Philip Van Vliet and Corey Sherman trying to make something happen on that top side.
Yeah, Corey Sherman already pretty much locked into the playoff spot. Philip Van Vliet just outside. Van Vliet in the 89 would love to try and take a win away from Amanda Sherman tonight. In fact, that's one of the things we were talking about in some of the team talk is, just because it's her birthday doesn't mean she gets an automatic win.
Well, remember, Chris, they're fighting for that very first gold TNA banner.
That's very true. And unfortunately, I'm not out there to do it, but I'll tell you, I wish I was. 42, Kyle Wellman down underneath the apron. He's on the apron. Now he's moving back up. Look out for the wild man. The 42 back out on track. Well, I thought he was moving back on purpose. He may have just had a miscue with the steering wheel, and that definitely shuffled him back just a little bit.
Yeah, that was an interesting move by the 42. He dropped down in front of his teammate, but then dropped down to the inside of the racetrack. Maybe saw something he didn't like right now, wants to go to the back of the pack and kind of ride it out.
And getting word that a couple of drivers are going to be coming down pit road, including Amanda Sherman, Hayden Wheeler as well.
And as the pack goes around, Mark Arthur, looks like Mark was able to get that 12 machine back out on track, just like he said. Looks like a brand new race car. We're going to have to see if he can get back up with this lead pack and push somebody to a win.
The biggest trick is to not have enough damage to be able to get behind somebody and keep the race pace kind of where it needs to be. And we have got a lot of drivers, Sam, right now coming down pit road.
Yeah, Amanda Sherman came down pit road. Hayden Wheeler. Oh, no, Amanda Sherman. Problems on pit road. She's got to get that car spun back around quickly. She got looped on pit road. Yeah, tons of time. She's got to get that thing rolling quick.
Oh, man.
If she takes...
Guys, I think she did hit the wall with the front of her car.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Well, sorry, Amanda. It must be that broadcaster's curse.
I'm looking at the front end right now. It doesn't appear that there's a ton of damage to the 8 car, but that could still mean seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds of optional repair time, and that, Sam, is something you have to take. You have to be aerodynamically correct. She comes out of pit road, or out of her pit stall, rather, and Amanda Sherman may have just cost herself a win here at Talladega.
Well, we can't say that just yet, Chris. We know it's Talladega. The big one has still yet to happen. We have the survey up in chat, and right now it's an 89 to an 11%. Is the big one going to happen? A lot of people think that it's going to happen, so she might not be out of this just yet.
Oh, it's true. She's definitely got some work to cut out for her, because she's going to come out on track all by herself. Everybody that came down pit road along with her was able to get off in pit road quicker than she was, so she's going to be by herself. That is going to be a big challenge here for Amanda Sherman. Up front, Jamie Walker has taken over the race lead. the 24, Chris Carroll, coming down pit road.
Yeah, Chris Carroll came down pit road, and it looks like the number 20, another newcomer of Joey Neese. He's also on pit road. Those are the only two drivers that come down that time, so that might hurt them here in the long run. Jamie Walker, still your race leader.
Guys, I was able to look at the the 8 car before she was to get out of the pits. Front end of her car, she barely touched that wall. I think she'll be good aerodynamically.
So not a whole lot of
Bruce
damage.
Pearson looking to come down pit road. Bruce is currently sitting in the 16th spot. A few other drivers behind him also going to come down, including Tanner Marr.
So we got a little pack here. It looks like we got Fred Thompson, Bruce Pearson, Tanner Marr, and Joe Alberico. Pack of 4. And as Chris just mentioned, going to be coming down pit road here very shortly, as we got a few more drivers coming down pit road. Kyle Wellman, Andy Poliski, Blake Decker, Dalton Kiro, and Corey Rutherford.
Yeah, so Jamie Walker continues to lead the way here. First time back in several weeks for Jamie Walker and the number 88 car. And just like normal, he has found himself up front. John Perkins right behind him.
They got 2 lap cars in between them, though. Paul Ellison and Aaron Bockover. Bringing it down pit side.
Bockover trying to get back on the lead lap after an early incident.
So a bunch of the guys in the lead pack here bringing it down pit side. Jamie Walker, Aaron Bockover, Paul Ellison, got Rick Thompson, Corey Sherman in the mix. Joshua Rutherford's in there as well. Everybody bringing it down pit side.
That should hand the lead over to the 6th car, Derek Paulson. A fancy paint job out of Derek Paulson here tonight. He's being followed by Mike Hamlin, Dave Seats. Seats in the 14. Haven't really called his number all that much, along with Mike Hamlin, but right now they find themselves in the top 3.
Still have to pit, though.
Yeah, they do have to pit still.
Last time they pit was on lap 51. As they bring it down pit side now, Derek Paulson going to come with them. Looks like, yeah, is that Feeney back there? Yeah, Brandon Feeney. Haven't said a whole lot about him. Looks like he actually overshot pit road. He's going to keep it going on the tri-oval. Lost all of his momentum, though.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that is a killer right there.
As Jamie Walker with this other pack, you got John Perkins and Rick Thompson behind him. And Corey Sherman trying to catch him as well. Looks like Jamie Walker's going to take over the race lead once again.
Yeah, Corey looking strong, looking like he is going to be the race leader. John Perkins, Corey Sherman, Rick Thompson. Your top 4 right now.
And I saw something interesting happen right there. The 33 and the 76 decided they were going to make their own lane. They are teammates, both out of Speed Mafia. And right now, it's working for them as they're blowing by Jamie Walker.
Yeah, teammates. It's hard to beat teammates. It really, really is. The only upside for the bottom lane here is Corey Sherman behind Jamie Walker. Sherman always looking for a race win.
So showing Derek Paulson in the lead right now, but they just came off pit road, so they're not going to have the momentum as these other cars. Looks like Perkins is trying to hold Jamie down. Or almost pushing it 3 wide. Oh, this is crazy. I'm trying to get around slower cars. 3 wide up for the lead.
3 wide for the first time tonight, up for the race lead. And it's going to be Jamie Walker, Rick Thompson, and the 40 of Matthew Robinson.
Matthew Robinson had such a great run. He got on the back bumper, that number 76, put it 3 wide, managed to put them both up in the front of this thing.
Great moves out of these drivers, and Matthew Robinson coming here tonight for the first time ever at Blazing Pedals, looking to make a name for himself.
How about Brad Lawson and Trevor Harmon making a 3rd groove on the top side, looking for the lead going into turns 3 and 4.
Oh, it's going to get wild now as we're working lap 75 of 114. We're going 3 wide racing here at Talladega.
Trevor Harmon got real wide there, almost touching the outside retaining wall. Let's see if we can't go on board with him, because we actually have an in-car camera for the number 29. So let's take a lap around with Trevor Harmon.
Put him up.
We're looking at Trevor Harmon. I don't know, Chris. It looks like he might be a little calm, even though they're 3 wide here at Talladega. He was slamming a Busch Light.
Well, he's a guy right after. I like this guy. I think from now on, him and I are going to have to hook up on track. He is just doing exactly what I would do.
Yeah, he's
Trevor Harmon, the driver of the number 29, pushing one back. Why not? The straightaways are long enough. You got time.
Oh, I think he was in the corner the second time he took a sip. That's awesome. Out of the number 29 at Trevor Harmon. He's got an in-car camera. We'll always be sure to show you guys if you come in with an in-car camera. Thank you again, Chris, for providing the team speak for us to be able to do the in-car cameras again. We got to shout you out always for that.
Oh, this is too good. I love this. This is great. And having the in-car cameras, I'll tell you what, it's worth every single penny. Up front, it's going to be the 24, Chris Carroll, Matthew Robinson on the inside. Carroll getting the push from the 12. Robinson kind of by himself. He does have Rick Thompson. Excuse me. No, he doesn't. He has the 68 of Hayden Wheeler. Wheeler working with Team TNA tonight. Wheeler pushing on the back bumper of the 40. Matthew Robinson, now your race leader.
Great racing going on here. And it looks like they kind of sorted themselves out. They're not 3 wide anymore. Probably trying to catch their breath a little bit. And that's something me and Chris got to do. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
And we're back here at Talladega. Derek Paulson is the race leader. He has got the number 5 of Corey Rutherford hanging out in the second spot. Corey Sherman now making his way up to the second spot as Corey goes back one. Andy Paluski is sitting. Oh, excuse me. I am in the wrong
Chris,
spot.
what race are you watching?
Race leader. Pardon me. I did it wrong.
I think he was
Chris
looking at the
Carroll's
second
race
pack.
leader, Matthew Robinson, Rick Thompson, Hayden Wheeler, your top 4. Oh my goodness.
Hey, we said you had to knock a little bit of rust off.
Yeah. Just a little, Sam. It's, it happens. But right now, Chris Carroll up front, and he has got probably one of the best pushers of the evening here. It's going to be Matthew Robinson right to the backside of our race leader. Robinson, I'm telling you, Sam, I am very impressed with his first time outing here with the Blazing Pedals.
Yeah, he's doing a really great job. I mean, he has been at the front of the field basically since the green flag dropped. Having a great run out here, showing these guys he knows how to plate race. And, I mean, what else can you say about the guy? You know, he's showing he might belong here with us. So it's good to see new guys coming in and racing clean and having fun.
Yeah, it's been a blast to watch him here tonight. On the top side, it's Mark Arthur. Mark is down several laps at this point.
They got a lot of lap traffic coming up. And something I noticed about 2 laps ago is that this front pack really broke up. I didn't know if they were thinking about pitting or what's going on, but we had a bunch of guys try and jump out of line and drop down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Maybe going to see green flag pit stops coming here again shortly.
Yeah, very possible. 2 cautions here so far tonight at Talladega, and that is enough. We don't really want any more. And right now, Chris Carroll leading the way. He's got the 40 car right behind him. Again, it's going to be Matthew Robinson. Robinson has definitely provided a great showing of push. He has been the man as far as pushing tonight. You know, Sam, would you let me change my pick for tonight?
I don't know. I don't know if I can let you change your pick. I can't change mine, and she's wrecked out pretty much. So, but actually,
well, right now yours is Amanda Sherman. Amanda is running in the 18th spot
on the lead lap too. It looks like
she is on the lead lap. She was able to stay on the lead lap. Good for her. She's got to work her way back up towards the front, and laps are starting to wind down to do it.
So,
we're on lap 88 of 114 here at Talladega. The Blazing Pedals are showing the way here tonight.
So
this is where you want to be on a Sunday night, Sam.
It is. I mean, what better place to be on a Sunday night than enjoy some great racing from the Blazing Pedals drivers?
Well, from the Blazing Pedals drivers and here at True Sim Productions, live on YouTube. Can't thank the people watching live enough. All 19, make it 20 people watching live right now. Thank you very much. And we can't do it without you. You are very important to what we're trying to do here at the True Sim Productions. Let's keep it going. Make sure you're here every Sunday night.
And also check out Tanner's stuff that he has going on Wednesdays and Saturdays. They actually just had a broadcast Saturday night. You might want to go check out that replay. That was one wild finish. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Up front, though, it is still Chris Carroll. To his top side, it's going to be Mark Arthur. Mark, well, he's a few laps down. We'll just put it that way. Mark is in front of Rick Thompson. Thompson right now being scored in the second spot.
Couple of cars
starting to happen, though.
Yeah, a couple of cars brought it down. It was Matthew Robinson in the number 40, and it looked like Hayden Wheeler in the number 68. The only 2 to bring it down pit side, though. So that's going to be an interesting call. We're going to have to see what happens here and when the rest of the field is going to bring it down.
I expect it's going to be fairly soon here with 25 laps to go. Trying to do the math real quick in my head. It hurts.
25 laps to go. You are correct, as they're pretty much single file going down the back straightaway. Mark Arthur leading this pack right now, but as you said, several laps down, and it's shown Chris Carroll still your race leader. And Rick Thompson, remember, he won at Daytona at the beginning of the year. Rick is locked into the playoffs, but looking to get another one here tonight at Dega.
Yeah, Rick's so good at these tricker plate races. You got to really look out for him. And on the top side, it's Jamie Walker. Walker all by himself on the top side. Look out, though, because he is making hay all by himself. Somehow gets to the race lead. Chris Carroll fights back on the inside.
No idea how Jamie is managing to stay with this pack right now on the outside by himself. Trying to use that side draft to his advantage. Rick Thompson looking up to the top side and trying to make a top line work.
Derek Paulson also moves up to the top side along with John Perkins, the outside, starting to form up. And the 88 takes over the race lead one more time. In second spot, it's the 76 on the top side, Rick Thompson. Chris Carroll brings it down pit road along with a whole host of other drivers.
Yeah, it looks like Mark Arthur, Chris Carroll brought it down. Brad Lawson, Trevor Harmon, they're all coming down pit side. Jamie Walker still leading this thing. They last pit, the first top 3 cars. Lap 72 was their last pit stop.
Jamie Walker out on track as the race leader. Rick Thompson, John Perkins running second and third. Derek Paulson and Mike Hamlin in the 15. We haven't called his number pretty much all night long. Mike Hamlin up 20 spots to the 5th place.
Yeah, him and Dave Seats. We remember we saw them pit earlier in the race all by themselves. Had a couple of quick yellows. Seemed to work out in their favor. Both running in the top 10 right now. Both pit last on lap 73.
So pit stops imminent for them.
Looks like they're trying to make a top line work. They kind of peeked out. Mike Hamlin got a great run. He's moving to the top side. Dave Seats following with him.
Hamlin seats to the outside looking for the race lead. Right now, it's Jamie Walker who has it.
Got Fred Thompson coming off pit road. He's going to keep it down there.
I was just going to say that.
Mike Hamlin and Dave Seats going for the race lead right now, though, going into turns 3 and 4. Mike Hamlin has him cleared, but he's going to stay up in front of his teammate. Jamie Walker fights back on the inside. More pit stops happening, though. Corey Rutherford.
Right now, Corey Rutherford in the 5 car leading the way. Andy Poliski, Dalton Kirrell, Blake Decker, Kyle, the Wild Man, Wellman, all down pit road.
Oh, a little bit of
along with a few others.
Saw a little bit of contact there between teammates Andy Poliski and Paul Ellis, and it checked up pretty much everybody. And that's going to lose a little bit of time to this front pack, but we see, again, the MFRD guys and the work in progress guys working together. We're going to have to keep an eye on them.
Jamie Walker loses the race lead. Mike Hamlin now the race leader. And Dave Seats battling it out for second spot. Dave Seats on the top side, driving the number 14. Tries to figure out a way to get around Jamie Walker in the 88. And here comes the 88. He's coming down pit road. Mike Hamlin's going to be the race leader.
Jamie Walker and John Perkins both missed pit road. They're both in the grass. Corey Sherman gets clipped. Corey Sherman gets clipped by Perkins on pit road.
Oh, no.
Looks like he's going to get it going back straight fairly quickly. Shouldn't lose a whole lot of time here for that number 3. 20 laps to go, though, here at Dega.
1 second on pit road, though, is about 2.5 seconds on track. That is going to be devastating for Corey Sherman, who came down pit road in the 7th spot. We're going to find out pretty soon where he is able to blend back into the track. Right now, Mike Hamlin still your race leader in the 15.
Looking for them to come down pit side right here. Derek Paulson going to follow suit.
So it's going to be Seats, Hamlin, and Paulson down pit road this time. Your top 3 drivers. That's going to give the race lead over to the 76 of Rick Thompson, and Hayden Wheeler takes it away.
So the question I have is if Hayden Wheeler can even make it the rest of the race on fuel. Last pit on lap 89. There's 20 laps to go left in this thing. And I think pretty much everybody else who just pit, Mike Hamlin, Derek Paulson, Jamie Walker, Corey Sherman, all those guys, I'm pretty sure they can go the rest of the way.
And I think you're right there. And now it's going to be a battle on track. No longer is it a fuel strategy, no longer a tire strategy. Now it is just let's duke it out on track.
Right now, Hayden Wheeler is leading this thing. They are going to get around the 3 cars. Derek Paulson, Dave Seats, and Mike Hamlin here. They're going to have the speed coming down the back straightaway.
They start to blend in, and Hayden Wheeler moves to the top side. He's got the 89 lap down. Philip Van Vliet. Van Vliet, the first car, 1 lap down.
Oh, everybody's jostling for position back here. We got one in the outside wall. Matthew Robinson in the outside retaining wall.
Poor Matthew Robinson. He's been so good here tonight. Still trying to hold on to it. Robinson peels himself off the wall, tries to get back up to race speed.
He's got a big stripe on the side of that race car, so he's going to bring it down pit side. Locking up the right front there.
Oh, boy.
Back up to the front of the field, it is Hayden Wheeler. He's got 2 lap cars, Philip Van Vliet and Aaron Bockover in between him and second place Chris Carroll right now. Third place is Derek Paulson with Dave Seats and Mike Hamlin behind them.
Yeah, let's keep it in mind. Hayden Wheeler is working with Team TNA tonight. He's got 2 TNA drivers right behind him, Phil Van Vliet and Aaron Bockover. That's a pretty nice position to be in at this point.
And don't look now, but we got a heck of a freight train coming with Corey Rutherford leading the way in 6th spot. Teammate Paul Ellison, a lap down car, but still working with him. Andy Poliski running in 7th. Kyle Wellman, Dalton Kilrow, Rick Thompson, all these guys, if they can get really formed up, I see them catching this pack. We're going to have a great race here. 18 laps to go.
18 to go here live from Talladega. And we are just getting going here as we go 3 wide for the race lead. The 83 couldn't quite hold on.
Now, almost a little bit of contact there between the 68 and the 4, too, going through turns 1 and 2. Looks like Tanner Marr pushing the heck out of Chris Carroll right now.
Yeah, Tanner Marr right on the back bumper on the bottom side, though. It's Philip Van Vliet pushing on Hayden Wheeler in the 68. The 68 looking for the race lead again. Hayden Wheeler is taking the race lead over one more time, and he has done it by about a car and a half.
Tanner Marr perked his nose out there coming out of turn 4, maybe trying to get some air to the front of that race car, cool down that engine. We saw him just pushing Chris Carroll, so might have overheated just a little bit.
And we're going 3 wide once again here for the Blazing Pedals. As a third line starts to form out, but look out, there's a lap down car just ahead of him.
Chris Carroll and Tanner Marr both working really well together right now. They drop down in front of Hayden Wheeler. And it looks like
this is going to get good.
Actually, I want to point out Tanner Marr is the first car 1 lap down. So we have lap cars all in the mix of this front pack right now. And while all these guys are trying to jostle for position, it's allowing this freight train of Corey Rutherford, Paul Ellison, and all of them to catch back up.
Yeah, Corey Sherman, who we saw have a little problem on pit road right now, being scored in the 14th spot. He was 7th coming down pit road. So you see just how big of a deal it is.
Yeah, he's not all by. We got a caution out on the speedway. Oh, we got a big caution. It sounds from the sounds of it. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the big one here at Talladega.
I think we need to look at the 18, Sam.
The 18?
I could be wrong.
Well, let's see here. I'm looking at the 15. I'm going to slow it down a little bit because I'm not sure exactly what happened, but so we're watching the 15 of Mike Hamlin there. He's on the top side, 4th back in line. Joe Alberico comes with a heck of a run. Looks like he might have, gets into the back of the 15 a little too much. And as we said, you push him just a little too much. That's what happens. Joe gets loose, comes down, gets into the 44 of Aaron Bockover. And the 18 of Powell involved. Mark Arthur involved in that one as well. Looks like everybody else kind of skated through. Mike Hamlin had some pretty significant right front damage. Oh, Corey Rutherford, nowhere to go.
Yeah, real late into that one is the 5 car. Oh.
That's just unfortunate. Kyle Wellman trying to make it through. Oh, man, noses into Corey Rutherford right there.
Oh, man.
A
Corey
lot of
Rutherford's
good.
motor did blow up, guys, and Joe Alberico, that will be on him.
A lot of good race cars involved in that wreck. And, hey, Chris, we knew it was going to be an exciting night. That changes everything.
It really does. I mean, it's going to allow for pit stops with tires without losing too much position. And if you happen to be on the lead lap, oh, you're loving that.
So we're going to have to see who decides to bring it down. Chris Carroll's going to bring it down. Looks like Dave Seat's going to be the first car to stay out on the racetrack. And here's a positive thing. Corey Sherman, he's not going to be able to catch up and try and win this thing.
Yeah, it's going to move him up positions. Shoot, Sam, it looks like if he doesn't come down pit road, it's going to be moving him up to the second spot.
I'm sure he can make it on fuel. He last pit on lap 94. As long as we don't have a green-white checkered here, it looks like we might go back green flag racing with either 10 or just under 10 laps to go.
Oh, boy. Gonna be a nail-biter here at Talladega, just kind of as we expected.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Do not change that channel. Stick around. We're going to take a real quick commercial break while we're under yellow and come back. We're going to go all the way to the checkered flag. Stick around with us. Back live here for the Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com Arca Series. Pace car lights are off. We're going to be taking the green flag with 11 laps to go.
Yeah, this is going to be something. Terry and I were talking, and we're not sure. I know you wanted us to try and pick a winner, but the honest truth is I'm not sure who can possibly pull this one off.
That's just it. I mean, you got too many hard hitters up here who could possibly win it, and who knows? There could be another wreck. We could have a green-white shot. We don't know. It's Dega, baby.
So, guys, I'm kind of looking at Brad Lawson in that 343. Remember, he dropped back to the back early in the race. Look where he's at now.
Yeah, managed to keep that 343 clean. Boy, would it be something to see that car get in victory lane tonight.
Oh, that would be awesome, actually.
That'd be outstanding.
I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get a different pick in, put it in the chat. Let us know what you think's going to happen here. Remember, we're going green flag with 11 laps to go. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Yeah, it's times like this when I hate paying for a full seat, Sam, because I'm only using about a third of it right now. I am on the edge, and I may fall off at any given moment. This is going to come down to who wants it the most. I will say, though, Philip Van Vliet back on the lead lap in the number 89. He's my pick, and he's only running in 14th. It is possible for the 89 to get it done here tonight.
He also has the teammate of Corey Sherman. That caution was lucky for him. He's sitting in 12th. So we're going to see if they'll work together and get back up towards the front here. Field is in the hands of Dave Seats in the restart zone. Coming down to the tri-oval right now in the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air here at Talladega.
Green flag flies. Dave Seats in the 14 with a huge jump that may not be exactly what he wants. The 63 of Brad Lawson peels down to the inside. That's going to open up the outside lane for Chris Carroll. Carroll going to try and motor his way towards the front. He's got the 6 car of Derek Paulson right behind him.
We got to keep an eye on that 63 there, Chris, because he's got teammate Trevor Harmon out of Team 5 Motorsports. They're linked up. I'm going to see some moves being made here.
Yeah, the newest team here of Blazing Pedals. And look at what they're doing. This could be a huge upset.
Yeah,
the 14 of Dave Seats powers his way to the front.
They're going to come down through the tri-oval here. Flagman's going to hold up 10 fingers, 10 laps to go. Derek Paulson looking to make it 3 wide for the race lead.
Oh, Derek Paulson right on the back bumper of the 24. Chris Carroll gets a huge bump out of the 6 car.
Chris Carroll trying to get the lead here, trying to drop down in front of Dave Seats. Not going to be able to. Derek Paulson looking again to make it 3 wide. Jumps up in front of Jamie Walker. 3 wide, down the back straightaway.
3 wide for the race lead. Paulson, Carroll, and Seats. Seats to the inside right now. Derek Paulson has it. He drops down to the middle lane and maybe looking for the low side. No, he stays right in front of Chris Carroll in the 24.
Derek Paulson started from the pits, now leading this race. Jamie Walker is a lap down right now, but they are 3 by 3 by 3, at least 4 rows deep right now.
The 76 of Rick Thompson also right there. Thompson, second spot in the middle row. Thompson looking for another plate track win. Rick Thompson in the 76 out of Speed Mafia. Can he do it?
This is the tightest we have seen all these lanes this entire race. They are linked up all the way to the back, all the way to 15th place right now.
Corey Sherman in the 3 car currently being scored in the 8th position. Make it 9th as Andy Poliski drives up hard.
Yeah, Corey's going to have to make a move somewhere here. He doesn't have a whole lot of room to do it. They're starting to double file back out. Only 3 cars on that inside lane. Chris Carroll tries to jump back up in front of the 6th Derek Paulson.
The outside lane has a head of steam, but the middle lane also kicking some rear right now as they are trying to get to the front. Chris Carroll in the 24 puts it in front by a nose. Behind him, it's the 6 car of Derek Paulson. Paulson pushing like nobody's business. He's pushing like the 40 was.
Battle for the lead here again. Rick Thompson, we mentioned him a lot tonight. He's back up to the front of the field. Got Dave Seats pushing him. Give Rick Thompson the lead as of right now, but Chris Carroll fighting back on the top side. And now Hayden Wheeler making it 3 wide.
Top lane is kind of stalled out, but Hayden Wheeler trying to make it come alive one more time. He's got a heck of a push out of the number 40. Go figure. The 40 car has been the ultimate pusher all night long. Matthew Robinson, maybe down a lap, but he is still trying to make his car worth something to somebody.
Everybody's trying to get everything they can right now. The problem is there is just nowhere to go with them 3 wide like this. Chris Carroll doing a great job trying to work these lanes right now. Rick Thompson getting a heck of a run on the bottom side of the racetrack coming out of turn 4.
Out of turn 4, and your race leader. Right now, Chris Carroll in the 24. Will he lead it at the stripe? That's going to be very close to call. And he does it. The 76 on the inside didn't have anything for him. The outside lane forming up once again.
Oh, Dave Seats pushes up in the middle of the corner there, just a little bit, almost contact with the 33. Not sure what they're going to do here. The inside lane has lost a little bit of momentum. That top side is prevailing right now. Corey Sherman jumps to the high side.
Corey Sherman in the 3 car, gonna go up to the high side, follow Jamie Walker.
Hey, I think that was a great move by the number 3 there, Chris. He's going to gain a couple of positions here. Blake Decker looking to make it 4 wide almost going through the tri-oval. He is 4 wide going through the tri-oval here.
Oh, my heart. Oh, man. We're 4 wide for 6th,
And he's still
7th,
going.
8th, and 9th, and it's going to get crazy here at Talladega.
Still 4 wide through the middle of the corner. Blake Decker looking to the inside of John Perkins. He's going to slot down in front of the 14 of Dave Seats. Great move by the number 92.
Oh, Old Woodside's getting it done here in the 92. Now, can he push his way to the front?
It is 5 laps to go this time. Next time by, it will be 4 laps to go here. They are 3 by 3 by 3. It is anybody's race right now.
Add 3 more as there's top 12 cars on the track. Couldn't be any closer than they are right now. They throw them under a blanket, Sam, as they are just that close. And we've got 1 more adding to it, make it 13 cars, 14 cars under a blanket.
4 laps to go this time by. Hayden Wheeler's got a good run on the top side of the racetrack, but Rick Thompson really fighting back on the bottom side with Blake Decker behind him, pushing him.
Oh, this is just getting too good. 4 laps to go, almost 3. And we still have no clue who the winner's gonna be. This is awesome.
Going into turns 3 and 4, they're still 3 by 3 by 3. Hayden Wheeler trying to do everything he can to get the lead on the top side. Chris Carroll and Derek Paulson working really well together in the middle. But Rick Thompson's going to prevail on the bottom right now. Leader Rick Thompson.
Who is gonna make the move to win this race? They're setting up to try and go maybe 4 wide as they come through the tri-oval. Didn't happen that time by, but we know there's room here at Talladega. And up front, Rick Thompson, Chris Carroll, Derek Paulson, your top 3. And it is low lane, middle lane, top lane, just in that order.
3 laps to go as they go down the back straightaway. Hayden Wheeler is pushing Derek Paulson. Derek Paulson made a great move. He jumped up in front of the 68 and now takes over the race lead.
Derek Paulson and Hayden Wheeler drop down. Oh, Hayden Wheeler comes back to the top side. Derek Paulson all by himself on the middle now. Finally, the 24 catches back up, and he jumps up to
there
the
it is, the big one.
Time, crashing
What
as we
wrecking?
go. Yellow flag on the field. It's another big one. Corey Sherman involved.
And that is the big one, the massive one here at Talladega. Derek Paulson jumped up in front of the 68, and I don't think the 68 wanted to lift. So we're going to see if we can't get a replay on that. We're going to watch Derek Paulson. We're going to go to the far chase camera. Back it up just a little bit. As you can see, I'm already sideways there. Yeah, jumps up in front of the 68. 68 gets into him, and that just causes the big chain reaction.
Yeah,
Looks
the
like,
68
oh,
of Hayden
man.
Wheeler just simply didn't have a place to go. He had a huge head of steam, and boy, it's tough. The closing speed of these cars is incredibly quick. You're doing almost 195 miles an hour. And oh man, look at the 6 car now.
Yeah, he's
Dog tracking just a lot right there.
Not only that, but the number 3 of Corey Sherman, he also has some pretty significant right front damage to that number 3 machine. Philip Van Vliet looks like he might be tracking a little bit as well. A lot of good race cars involved in that wreck.
That one was a complete shame, but you know, that's what happens here at Talladega at any restrictor plate race. Really, it's a possibility, and here we are seeing the results of that right now.
Andy Polisky's the only one right now besides Trevor Harmon, Dalton Kilrow. They all stayed out on the racetrack, so they're thinking they can make it the rest of the way. I'd like to point out something here, Chris. Amanda Sherman is in front of Polisky. Jamie Walker is also in front of Polisky. They were both a lap down before that caution. They're going to get the wave around here.
Yeah, that'll bring 2 more drivers at least to the back of the lead lap pack. It's not done yet for either one of those. And I'm not even sure, Sam, that we're done seeing the yellow flag wave here at Talladega.
I'm not sure, Chris, but all I know is we're going into Blazing Pedals overtime here tonight at Dega for this regular season finale. Again, if you thought I was on the edge of my seat before, I ain't even sitting down now.
I have literally stood up before, and I am just about ready to do it again. This has been an absolutely insane race. Oh my goodness. Green, white, checkered coming up right around the corner here for the Blazing Pedals.
Back live here on True Sim Productions, and we just noticed something here. Amanda Sherman just got the wave around. She's back on the lead lap, Chris.
Yeah, along with her, Jamie Walker as well. So we have, make it 14 drivers on the lead lap. Chris Carroll right now on pit road. So a developing story there for the 24 machine, who has been running up front most of the night. Speaking of up front, it's the number 32 of Andy Polisky and Trevor Harmon. They're going to be first and second as we retake the green flag for the first attempt on the green, white, checkered.
Someone else I'd like to point out that's up there, haven't said a whole lot about him except he was a lap down a little while ago. Number 4, Tanner Marr.
Yeah, Tanner Marr doing a fantastic job. Going to be restarting in the 4th spot. Don Kilrow, of course, going to be to his inside in the number 41. Dave Seats, Philip Van Vliet going to be restarting 5th and 6th. Rick Thompson, Derek Paulson, 7th and 8th. And rounding out the top 10, it's going to be Blake Decker in the 92 and Brad Lawson in that beautiful paint job here tonight, rounding out the top 10.
Pace car's ducking off, Chris. We're getting ready to go overtime racing.
I don't know if my heart can take this one, Sam. I didn't take my blood pressure medicine yet here tonight, but I'm definitely going to need it. Oh, my Lord. Here we go.
It's in the hands of Andy Poliski in the restart zone. He's got Dalton Kilroy right behind him. Those two teams were working together. Green flag back out in the air here. Overtime racing. Let's get it done.
Oh, boy. Green flag once again. And they go single file for the top 5. Poliski, Kilroy, Harmon, Marin, Seats, top 5.
Poliski.
Just behind them, it's going to be Philip Van Vliet. Van Vliet works his way into the 5th spot.
Poliski's got a good jump. That was a really interesting restart. Didn't look like everybody was ready for it. Didn't get going very quickly. But Trevor Harmon making a move to the top side, 3 wide. He's going to take over at least that spot right there. Tanner Marr pushing Dalton Kilroy right now. Looks like we got a 5-car battle for the win, it looks like.
Tanner Marr puts the front bumper to the back bumper of the 41. Now the 41 moves up the block. Tanner Marr moves back down.
Down through the tri-oval, Andy Poliski's going to make a move. It's white flag in the air, presented by Priority Auto. Dalton Kilroy leading it. Tanner Marr right behind him into turns 1 and 2. Caution flag flies now. It won't matter. Big side draft by the 32 in the middle of the corner.
The 32 of Poliski looking for a race win here. He has got one driver right behind him. It's the 55 trying to make it happen. Paul Ellison trying to get Andy Poliski to the front. He's got about he doesn't have much time. The 32 starts to fall back. The 41.
Before it gets turned.
No.
Before it gets
Tanner
turned.
Marr goes sideways.
Poliski's going to move Dalton. They're bumping, they're banging. Who's it going to be coming to the line? Dalton Kilroy's going to take home the win here at Dega.
Dalton Kilroy, Andy Poliski, Trevor Harmon, your top 3. Congratulations to all 3 drivers. Wow. Oh, my.
What a wild finish. Blake Decker coming up to give congratulations to the 41.
The 41 of Dalton Kilroy has been on a bit of a roll here for the last few weeks. After taking a little bit of time off mid-season for some personal issues, he seems to have corrected all issues. The 41, the last regular season race of the season winner here at Talladega. Congratulations once again to Dalton Kilroy.
So Dalton Kilroy takes home the win. Andy Poliski coming home second, and Trevor Harmon brings it home third. Good run for Trevor Harmon. I believe that's his first top 5.
Yeah, just an absolutely unbelievable race. Sam, I'm over here sweating like I was driving in it.
Yeah, me too. The 41's going to burn it down here.
Well-deserved victory here for the 41. He kept it clean, kept himself in position to win all night long. And now
what we're going to do is we're going to take a real quick commercial break. When we come back, post-race interviews. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
And we are back live here on True Sim Productions. And Chris, I believe you caught up with our third place finisher, Trevor Harmon.
I did, Sam. Trevor Harmon, driver of the number 29. Chris and Sam up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, buddy, third place finish here at Talladega. Definitely nothing to sneeze about.
No, that was. I'm sweating. My heart's beating. I thought we might be able to get it, but just came up a little short.
What would it have taken tonight, Trevor?
I mean, honestly, just I couldn't have put myself in a better position. I missed the two big wrecks. It's just at the late point in that race, I didn't have any of my teammates, and I knew going into that restart, like I was even relaying communications to the team. It's like, I got the MF boys behind me. Like, I don't have any help up here, so I tried to do what I could.
Well, I'll tell you, bud, to come out of this thing with a third place finish, a heck of a run for you. And you were giving a little entertainment here throughout the night. Watch back and you'll figure out why. But who do you have on the 29 team tonight that you need to thank?
I got to thank RS Button Boxes, Simpex by Rowdy, Team 5 Motorsports. I got to thank Jason for, getting me into the league. Everybody that puts on this league. I mean, it's fun. I couldn't have asked for a better league to be a part of. Thanks to everything that you guys do up in the booth to make, the amazing broadcasts. And it's definitely nice to go back and watch.
Well, definitely make sure you do, because, we may have picked on you a little bit here earlier in the race, but congratulations once again going out to you, Trevor Harmon, driver of the number 29, representing Team 5 Motorsports, their very first week, their very first podium. Trevor, you can't have anybody take that away from you.
Yeah, no, hopefully this will be a good start. I know we didn't make the playoffs or anything, but hopefully this gets the monkey off my back and I can actually start putting some good finishes together.
There we are. Trevor Harmon, driver of the number 29. Sam, he's finished third here tonight. And I believe you got the driver of the number 32 coming up next.
Yeah, I just caught up with our second place finisher, Andrew Poliski. And Andy, we got to talk, man. That was one heck of a finish. Walk us through that last lap and tell us what you might have been able to do differently to take home this win.
I don't know what I could have done different. I maybe not hit the brake there and just whatever was going to happen with me and Dalton happened, but I didn't want to wreck him to win. So, I made the move I thought was going to win, trying to undercut him to the inside. I had a run, and he laid a really good block, late block, but laid the block, and like I said, I didn't want to wreck him to win. So I did everything I could up to that point. I don't know if I stayed to the outside if I would have had that run still, but it's a great run.
Well, you kind of had a little bit of luck on your side. You had your teammate behind you pushing you, and we were definitely rooting for you up here in the booth. But, still a second place finish. You had a great run tonight overall. And who do you got to thank on that car?
On the car, I want to thank Nissan Wichita Falls for sticking behind me, the league, TRJ Karting, CGR Graphics for the paint, awesome paints, all the sponsors for the league, Music Productions, you guys in the booth. Like I said, y'all do a great job. I watch back. Like I said, this was a lot of fun tonight. Had some luck, avoided some wrecks, and came out with a good finish.
Well, hey, that's all you can ask for, especially here at Talladega. We know it's a crapshoot, and we're glad to see you put that 32 in at least second spot, and we'll hopefully see you in victory lane here soon. So go ahead and celebrate that second place finish, man. We'll let you get back with your team.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And Chris, I believe you actually just caught up with our race winner.
I did, Sam. It is the driver of the number 41. We call him Captain Save Fuel, or at least we used to. It's Dalton Kilrow out of MFRD Racing. Dalton, one hell of a win here tonight.
Yeah, thank you. That block at the end was stupid, and I should have gotten turned. But I'm glad he. I don't know what he did, whether he lifted or got on the brakes. I'm glad he didn't, because that was an interesting end of that race.
Yeah, well, he said it. He got on the brakes to make sure that he didn't take you out for the race win, and by all accounts, I would have.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I was like, dude, I threw a dumb block coming out of turn 4 to the line, and I'm already in the playoffs. I already had wins. I had nothing to lose. So I mean, I would have thought that was warrant enough for me to get hit with the 180 there coming to the tri-oval. But I'm I don't know. That was a crazy race.
Well, it's a special win on a special day. Who do you have to thank on the 41?
Well, first off, I got to thank every single one of the first responders throughout, not only just America, but also just throughout the globe that are trying to help save people. And to all of those lost on 9/11, we still don't miss all y'all. R.I.P. Hope nobody ever forgets that tragedy that happened. But on a lighter note, I got to thank Daddy-O's Barbershop, Michael Fogg Racing Designs, the guys at Work in Progress Racing. We were all working together a little bit there, just trying to make sure that we were staying alive in this race. And I'd say we did a pretty good job at it until that last big one. But still made it work. I got to thank Butt Kicker, TRJ Karting, Savage Edge Apparel, Mullet Music Productions, Priority Auto, you guys for doing the broadcast for us, and everybody else at Blazing Pedals for coming on out and making this league what it is.
All right, bud. Well, we're going to let you get down with your team here to celebrate, but congratulations one more time to the driver of the number 41. It's going to be Dalton Kilrow.
Thank you.
And Sam, that is going to do it here from Talladega. Why don't you go ahead and take us out?
Well, before we go, Chris, there's actually one more person I want to talk to tonight before we go. Just one more. And that's the driver of the number 63, Brad Lawson. Tonight he ran the 343, and I just brought him into the booth. And Brad, I want you to talk about your paint scheme. It's a very special paint scheme for a very special night. I think you had the best paint scheme out on the racetrack tonight. So just talk a little bit about it. You said it was very special to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. The 343, the number of the firefighters and EMS personnel that lost their life in 9/11. I wanted to kind of run the 343 to kind of commemorate, if I could talk. It's been a long race. Commemorate the firefighters, the members of the New York City Fire Department that lost their lives in 9/11. Like I said, the guy that's over the door of my ride here tonight, he was Peter Gansey Jr. He was a chief of the fire department in New York there, and was actually given orders to actually stand down and move away from the possible collapse zone. Stated he wouldn't leave his men, and actually lost his life that day. A very noble, very heroic act, and kind of goes along with the camaraderie that you have within the fire department. I myself was fire department, fire rescue for a little while in my life. No longer do it now, but that still holds a really deep meaning for me. These guys on my car, every single one of the members of the fire department that day that lost their life, they're all on my car, whether it be on the sides, the deck lid, or the hood. They're all represented on my car today, and I thought that this would be a neat way to kind of have a little memorial for them. It's just my way of saying it's not going unnoticed, the sacrifice that they gave, and it's very very near and dear to my heart for sure. The fire department and the fire rescue community, and it's just a very tragic day, and thank them for all that they did for us and going in when others are running away. So that's it's very very humbling, very I don't know, it's very special to me.
Well, Brad, we appreciate you taking the time to come up and talk a little bit about your paint scheme. We did show it off a little bit, and like you said, we all, you know, never forget and all that. We respect everybody on that day who lost their lives. It was an unfortunate day, and we will never forget. Brad, I'm going to go ahead and let you shout out whoever you'd like to shout out while we got you up in here. And after that, we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you guys up here in the booth. I really appreciate each and everything that you guys have done for us, showing these cars off, no matter where they're finishing at. You guys do a great job of going throughout the field and giving us great commentary. So much appreciated there. Blazing Pedals, Butt Kicker, TRJ Karting, all the guys that make this thing possible. Let's see, I would like to think first and foremost, or not first and foremost, but Team 5 Motorsports. Congratulations to Trevor. He got his podium tonight. We're in the chase playoff, so I'm excited about that. But I wish that we would have got Jason or Trevor in the playoffs. But there's always next season, I guess. So, but yeah, thank you guys for everything you all do. I appreciate each and every one of you.
All right, Brad, we'll go ahead and let you get back down with your team, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
All right, Chris, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. That was awesome. I think we had a great broadcast this evening. And if you got any final thoughts, go ahead and let them rip.
Well, I just want to go ahead and thank all of the sponsors one more time. For a simulation to go as well as Blazing Pedal does, it takes a lot of work behind the scenes, and unfortunately, it also takes a little bit of money behind the scenes. So again, thank you to our sponsors. Couldn't be out here without you guys. Of course, I got to thank you, Sam, for allowing me to join you here tonight. And I got to thank Terry Foster again, who also let me be out here tonight. Terry was on vacation. Just didn't think he was going to be able to handle being on the broadcast after driving over 700 miles today to get home. He was here. He is gone now and probably right to sleep. Sam, I got to thank you once again, and I got to thank all the fans out there. Really do appreciate you coming on out.
Hey, it was great having you, Chris, and if there's ever an opportunity where we can have you again, I'd love to have you in the booth once again. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, we start the playoffs, and we go to Chicagoland. So tune in next week. True Sim Productions, as always, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We go live. It'll be me and Terry once again up in the booth. Chris will be back out on track. But that's going to do it for us here tonight at Talladega. What a great race. What a wild finish. We're going to have to see what this playoff picture is going to bring us over the next few weeks. Thank you again, everybody, for coming out and tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Check out all the sponsors down in the description below. Go buy yourself a t-shirt from Savage Edge. Go buy yourself some karting stuff from trjkarting.com. Get a paint scheme done by MFRD or CJR Graphics. But I'm Sam Baumgarten. Chris Legoo joining me in the booth again tonight. That's going to do it for us. Y'all have a great evening.